Exactly, Tyler.
We are live.
Okie dokie. Now
No,
then.
we're dead.
Everyone is dead.
You know, you figure out
Everyone is dead. Not big surprise.
They're candy.
They're candy?
They are candy, except for that little box at the end. I'm pretty sure that's a little figurine.
Oh, so figures. Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
I have
though.
no idea what the fuck these are.
I want one though.
I don't know. Eat one and find out.
That's
Anyway.
what I'm gonna do.
Actually, speaking of which, I might be eating dinner in the middle of this. I forgot to mention that.
I will be as well.
Nothing we haven't done online before. You're fine.
Understandable, have a nice day.
Understandable. Have a nice plague.
That I
So,
will.
when last we left the party, if you'll recall, you all solved the enchantment, time dilation, you're not 100% sure, plaguing the Gilded Villa Casino.
Weird shit.
Weird shit.
Weird ritual shit.
You had to break down a boiler that was going volatile to the point where it started spawning monsters.
Oh, that's right, and Zeshi was a dumbass.
Zeshi remembered how to be a sorcerer.
She forgot her powers for a minute and then DPS'd the ever-loving shit out of the boiler.
I'm not supposed to eat this, am I? Am I supposed to eat this?
It could be rice paper wrapping.
And Edma, don't forget she nearly killed Edma.
That is true. She also nearly killed Edma at one
Also,
point.
Davi went unconscious.
Davi did go down, but never had to make a death save, thanks to a quick medicine check and quicker healing.
And I also
I don't think
wasn't,
we're supposed to eat
that
it.
wasn't Zeshi's fault.
Was that the thing in that box?
Yes, Davi
I
going
thought it
had
was-
nothing to do with Zeshi. That
Yeah,
was
that's the toy.
the big steamy boy got a
I
couple.
said the thing in the box
hits in.
is the toy.
So, you all also accidentally left the one cultist who was fucking with the boiler. You left him down there and you remembered only after getting back upstairs.
Oh shit.
Which was the single greatest thing. Okay, not the single greatest thing, but it was certainly a highlight of this campaign, at least for me, was just Alice going, "Oh fuck, we left the cultist down there!" and just barreling back downstairs. However, not only was he already hogtied, but also he took several shards of ice to his back and sides from being near the boiler, so
This is gone.
there was no escape.
Probably.
Thankfully. Anyway, you guys cleaned up the cult. You watched the cultists get ejected from the casino quite violently. Decided to partake in a small touch of gambling. Not a lot, but a small touch.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit of gambling. Just a little bit of the chance. Davi was gifted his 5% earnings from Ace in the form of 100 gold pieces.
I like this.
Ace is apparently a really good gambler.
Hey man, when it's not a player character, you can have them get away with some bullshit.
Oh yeah.
A good gambler or a good cheater? Probably both.
Probably both.
Probably both. I mean, to the party, a good gambler. To us,
Both. Both is good.
both. Both is good.
You
You all were also gifted a night on the house at the inn, as well as complimentary breakfast. And we ended out, everyone relaxing in the first floor, just chilling.
There's a knight on the house. Hope the armor's not too heavy. It'll bust through the roof.
Don't worry about it. Sturdy roof. It's a sturdy roof. Look, if that rickety ass tavern can hold a Gungnir, this can hold.
Not good.
Yeah, we ended off. Most people were chilling on the first floor at the bar, kind of deciding how to go about the day. Davi and Clementine had gone to the general store for various things and ran into a very untalkative fellow who just kind of passed them by. And the general store owner mentioned to Clementine, after agreeing to mail out an order form she got for the Gilded Villa, that a missing poster, not a wanted poster, a missing poster, that happens to describe, man, this description really sounds like Cedric. Got dropped off by the fellow without a word, so we ended on her deciding to run right back to the casino with Davi in tow. And that is where we were. How would you like to proceed? Okay, well, it doesn't help that the person who was running out of the general store is muted, so we don't hear the tech, and then has her hands full.
What?
You were running back to the Gilded Villa with that missing poster for Cedric.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna look for Cedric. That's really fucking great. I know.
Yeah, just real quick, did you catch most of that recap?
I remember enough. Why?
Because I actually just now realized I have no idea with all the baking how much you could actually hear, so I wanted to check.
Well, currently I'm creaming butter and sugar, so nothing, but it's okay because I remember what happened.
Which is aces. So yeah, you run back to the Gilded Villa, first floor, Davi close behind. And yeah, the other three are actually just sitting at the bar, Zeshi tightly gripping a mug of coffee.
Probably flush pale, I'm gonna walk up to Cedric and just put it down in front of him and like...
You found this?
There was a strange man who walked past me in the general store, and the guy who runs the general store handed this to me, saying he dropped it off and to watch my back.
Strange man. What are any distinguishing features on this person? Did he have a cloak? Did you notice any insignia? Dress?
I don't know, TM. What did I notice?
You do recall he was wearing a cloak that is fairly similar to Cedric's.
Do you relay this information?
It was
Yes.
Davi. It was Davi. It was very similar to Cedric.
No, Davi has a completely different cloak. He's got that chameleon skin cloak. I dropped a blanket on the floor like 20 minutes ago, and look who's finally laying on it.
About time the cat trap worked.
Cat trap works. Just wait till you see the dog coming from behind here, just staring at me.
Oh boy.
It will happen.
This person who dropped it off, they didn't look like me, did they?
No?
Alright. So, I mentioned there were people after me. This is probably that. I don't know what they want with me. But...
Do you think we should take advantage of the reward poster to find out?
So, point of order, there is no reward. It's not a wanted poster, it's a missing poster. And no reward is listed.
Concerned, like under the guise of concerned. This person ran away from home, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's like, my brother has run away.
Yes.
If you see him, please contact Devin and Thalorn. No reward is currently listed on the form.
Right.
What if it's true? What if this is your brother?
Considering the cloak of the person who dropped it off, I doubt it.
Maybe not the person who dropped it off, but... It still, I think, would be better to find out who they are rather than just guessing.
Can I actually have a bit of privacy with you for a bit?
Sure. I think there's private lounges back there.
That'll do. And you can see that I'm, like, noticeably more agitated than you've seen me.
I'm just gonna walk them back to one of them and, like, close the curtains, I guess. I'm assuming it's one of those kinds of, like, the circle tables where there's a curtain you can close off.
Not on the first floor, but there's areas where you can be away from pretty much everyone.
We'll just go to one of those.
Yeah, there's just, like, if you just walk to the corner, the place is still not super busy since most of the people, realized how long it's been. But there's still enough noise going on that no one's probably going to hear you.
And I'll say, So I need to remember how much exactly I've told you. I've told you that I woke up in the woods with no memory, yes?
You told me you woke up in the woods with no memory, somehow wandered your way to Thalorn, and people are following you, but you're not sure who?
I may have skipped a few details.
Oh, well, better late than never.
Yes, this... truth be told, the reason I didn't bring it up is because I still don't know what to make of it. You were not the first people to find me. The first person who found me was a man who claimed to be my brother, Devin. He looked like me, a twin brother, presumably. Took me in, and he tried to tell me things about my life, my past. He said that I had a routine where I would go into the woods on a regular basis. I think it was once a week, maybe once a month. Potentially for some sort of dark meeting with... I don't know. But no matter how much I tried, I couldn't remember him. Any past we might have shared, it's not here.
Did he ever hurt you?
No, he seemed... More than anything, what he wanted was to know what happened to me. What he said to me, it was very questioning. He was always looking for information. But what changed is that I found in the closet one of those cloaks, those robes that like the one you saw on this other person. I don't know if he was being truthful with me, if he is some sort of imposter trying to gain my trust to learn what happened to me. I left. I wasn't sure what to make of it, or if I was in any danger of staying there.
Well, assuming now that you trust us to at least not attempt to persuade you in any certain fashion other than something for your own good. I mean, rather, I did have you cut open and you didn't die, so... I still think, at least now, with our help, we should go back to them and maybe with a little bit of special persuasion, find out a little better what they were trying to do to you. They might know more.
It's possible.
And they can't manipulate you if you're not by yourself.
I'm wary. I don't know what the risks are of giving these people more information than they already have.
What information do you have to give?
I'll sort of tap my
Don't
chest.
tell them about that. We're the ones that are going to ask questions, not them.
True, but there are magical ways of gleaning information from someone. I'm concerned about the risks of confronting these people. The fact that it was not Devin himself, but someone else in a cloak that dropped off this poster lends credence to the idea that he was not being completely upfront with me, and he was withholding information.
Alright. Maybe we avoid them for now. Keep you on radar, but...
That would be my preference, at least until we've... I'd like to, if possible, get some intelligence on their nature before confronting them, so we're not going in completely blind.
Well, that's kind of the idea. I think maybe capture one of them and question them ourselves. If they're going about bravely dropping off missing person posters.
If it is a ruse, it's a clever one. It speaks to the concern of a brother rather than a cult seeking out I don't know, a victim, a former member. I don't know what I was. I could have been a cult member. I don't know. And if I did actually, if he was truthful about me taking these meetings in the woods regularly, that would certainly add up.
Perhaps. We won't know until we ask one of them or find someone who may have been like you, perhaps was part of it and separated themselves.
That's why
May know who you are.
Why I've been focusing my intelligence gathering on the nature of the magic that's been done to me. So that is less likely to be traced back to these people, I think.
All right.
For now, at least. If I'm ready to, if I change my mind, if I'm ready to confront them, I'll let you know.
It's your decision. Mine. I can only offer my recommendations.
And I respect that. You've been probably the most reliable one here with the information I've shared with you, and I appreciate what you've done.
I wouldn't say the others are unreliable, but perhaps a little more spontaneous.
For instance,
wear their thoughts on their sleeve types.
I would trust Davi not to do anything intentionally untoward with this information. I don't know if
But the unintentional possibility is not good. Right. So, keep you on the down low.
Mm-hmm.
Get back to me when you want to perhaps punch a cultist in the face and ask him a couple questions. Or her.
I'll do that. Thank you, again.
And I will head back with him.
Same, yeah.
Okay.
I'll take my seat again with probably... who else was with us?
The whole party's currently there.
So yeah, I'll sit back down with the party.
You have a nice private session there? Oh wait, wrong character.
yeah, you're not Shava.
Okay.
I'm probably just gonna get a glass of water and be really quiet.
When did my Zeshi become Shava?
I hope so. What's my instincts, dudes?
You're right there.
Is there anything anyone would currently like to do, say, go over?
In the spirit of me lacking energy of food, I am still drinking coffee. Like, you know how like alcoholics have your beer, booze bottles in front of them. So she just has like coffee mugs just like littered all in front of her.
Fair. Very fair.
So, what do we think our next course of action is? Oh, I don't have the map in front of me. Where did I put that, actually? I think I left it downstairs, probably. Whoops.
This coffee addiction's getting worse and worse by the session.
I still have a picture of it if you'd prefer I just
Yeah, that would probably be
Discord
easier
you.
for
Yeah,
virtual.
It looks like the bottom got a little bit cut off, but you can still... It's only missing like 1 or 2 details. It should do for tonight.
Yeah.
Let me just send that.
God.
Up here, over here, over the river and through the woods.
Yes. Yes.
There we go.
Yep. I will take.
Yeah, there's one little thing cut off in the bottom right that
Right.
shouldn't. If you want to know that for anything, let me know.
Mm-hmm. So we are in Mizrin, correct?
You are currently in Mizrin. The little it says key in the bottom left. All that means is little dots are towns and unfilled in circles are cities.
Yeah.
That's all the key was.
I have the map.
Oh. Oh, cool.
You want me to bring it over to you?
Sure. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Right. So, yeah, I'll pull out.
I have one coffee when you can have two.
Yeah, I'll pull out the map and sort of. So, what's our next course of action? Did we want to go to that town where there was that? What was, I forget the details. The person who had taken over.
LaFair?
LaFair, yes.
I think we were avoiding that for now. Weren't we heading north?
Did we have a goal in mind?
Yeah, hold on.
I was about to say, are you asking the party or are you asking me?
I'm talking to the party.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ethan.
We were heading to Mizrian.
Is it she tonight?
We were heading to Mizrian to find the missing brother, and, you know, there was another cult section up there.
We're in Mizrin. What missing brother?
Were we? Oh, yeah, there was a missing brother.
Nobody ever looked for him.
The innkeepers?
The general store back in
The
Thalon.
general store's brother.
Yeah, the owner of the general
The
store.
one who owns it is missing in here. What was his name? The missing one, not the...
I'm pretty sure it was Esther. Let me double check my notes. Yeah, Esther.
Esther.
Yes.
We're looking for Esther.
That's
She dealt with the weird magic shit already. Cool. Esther.
Yeah, so you dealt with the cult shit that happened in town.
Fucking.
Maybe you can get the chocolate coffee, honestly, but I've never had this before too. Oh yeah.
Okay. Cream shit. Da da da.
Alright, Esther then.
Egg and extras. Esther. May want to ask around. I'll go ahead and see if any of the townspeople have anything to say about it.
Good place as any. To start.
So, Phoebe, your hands might be full. Just to clarify, are you going out?
Am I going what, Haku?
Are you going outside?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't really want to be in the casino anymore. I'm kind of claustrophobic about it.
Yeah, you know, there was some shit going on in there. That's fair. All right, so she's gonna start asking around. What about? Well, Zeshi's still booting up. What about the rest of you?
Sure.
Oh. Thanks for both. So. Nothing. It sounded like Alice was going to say something for a second there, but I think they were talking to Arj.
Please, for the love of God, someone else do something. I gotta bake these cookies at some point.
RJ walked over and like held up a bottle, asked me if I wanted some.
Okay. would anyone else like to do anything?
I'll ask around in the casino, I guess, if Clem's going outside.
I'm gonna go out of the casino.
Okay.
What else is in Mizrim besides this casino?
Besides the casino, Mizrin, pretty small town. There is a tavern. It's not a big one, but there's a tavern and an inn. There is a water wheel that has a small building attached to it, and a schoolhouse, and then some private homes. What'd you say, Quinn?
I was talking to RJ.
Oh, gotcha.
So there's just one tavern?
Yes, there's one actual tavern, and then there's the bars within the Gilded Villa.
I guess I'll head up to the tavern.
Okay. We can start with Cedric. Is there anyone in particular you want to ask, or just whoever's closest?
Just around, like, try to ask if anyone's heard of this guy, Esther. You know, none in particular.
Okay. How about the barkeep?
Sure.
I'll give you kind of a funny look. You're assuming I know everyone's names that comes through. Do you have a description of the guy?
Since I didn't remember about this at all, I'm gonna say no.
That's okay. Currently, Clem's actually the only one who knows what he looks like.
Do you need me already?
No, I mentioned you in passing. You're good. Sorry. And the guy will just go, okay, do you know what he does for a living? I could try to give you a guess on small talk.
Best I have is he has a sibling in Thalorn who is was it a barkeep?
She's running the general store for him. He's actually the owner.
He owns a general store in Thalorn.
Thalorn. Actually, we had a delivery guy from Thalorn come in. Oh gosh, it was probably like 2 weeks ago at this point. Given that whole.
I was going to ask.
Well, he's probably still around because I remember him coming in the building.
Oh well, that narrows it down.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still in here, given that most people rushed outside once you guys fixed the problem. But he's probably still in town.
Someone in here probably knows him if he was trapped in here with everyone else.
Feel free to ask around. I think he was trying to kill some time at the tables for a bit. Probably trying to drum up a little business, too.
I will see what I can drum up. Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing. A quick question, pointing down to Zeshi. How long does it usually take her to wake up?
Guess a random number of... I feel like it's usually hours at this point.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Alright. We'll jump over to Edma for a minute. Edma, you enter the tavern that looks, a little bit dusty. There's a couple employees going around dusting everything. There's a couple of patrons. The barkeep seems pretty busy rearranging some stuff at the moment.
What? The other patrons, what seems to be going on with them?
A lot of the patrons are just kind of chatting amongst themselves. You can hear murmurs of like, has it really been 2 weeks, or can you believe that actually happened? That's terrifying. And a couple other murmurs. You also notice a few guys, let's say a half-elf and 2 humans, who aren't carrying much on them. They're in pretty basic clothes. None of them seem to have any bags. but yet they're all kind of worse for wear looking. They're kind of sitting away from everyone else.
What's that?
Okay.
Excuse me. No.
Oh God, just like Deadpool. Have you seen this man?
Have you seen?
Francesca.
I'm just not.
You guys look like you might be traveling.
The half-elf just kind of looks over his shoulder and, like, up at you. And he just kind of rolls his eyes and goes, look, God, we don't want trouble, all right? We don't know money, do we?
I don't care for money. Why would I? I just wanted to know if you knew anything.
About what?
I was just going to ask you a couple of questions if you wouldn't mind. Have you
Sure.
guys been east at all? I believe I'm looking for something close to Aurea.
Oh, Araya?
My bad, I only saw it written.
No, you're fine. Look, I made that same mistake. Not me. And he kind of looks over to one of the humans. I think you were over there, right? And one of the humans is like, it's only like. No, actually, yeah, no, I was there like a month ago. Yeah, I know the place. Why?
Well, I'm looking for a temple that's in the east. It's the Temple of the Setting Moon. And I'm trying to just track down any leads I might be able to find.
Oh, yeah, that's, I haven't seen the place myself, but, the townsfolk talk about it. It's in the mountain range, just next to the town. I don't know much about it. I think it's like... demon slaying? Ghost slaying? I don't know. They did a lot of training up there, and apparently the day I went was not one of the days that any of the monks had traveled down to the town, so I wasn't able to ask. And I kind of forget what they said.
It's okay, the information you've given will suffice.
Yeah, no, nice town. Small, very blue collar. A lot of stonework and metalwork goes on there. Mayor's real nice.
Tyler?
And Tyler's just died.
Zeshi
That
is
was an
having-
entire segue. Don't ask me how this is how my brain works. But you said demon slaying, and I don't know why I just went immediately to Demon Slayer.
I mean, same.
I mean, my
But
first
then-
thought was Baka.
But then my brain went to
Tabaka.
no, the brother and the sister. You know how the sister is like in a
Bob.
pack that she like crawls in, right?
Yeah.
And then that just got replaced with Gerald and Shava and Sing.
I thought you were gonna go to Baka and Demon Slayer.
No, that was
Both of you.
No, I got Gerald just like with a samurai stick playing demon, while Shava was just like curled up in a sack on his back shouting.
Shava's just in the little box reading No Talkie Angie.
Yeah, that was just my. I was mostly laughing at the absurdity, and that's how my brain just went segue.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, Baka and Demon Slayer, that would be great.
Yeah, but Baka would be right at home in the Demon Slayer universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at this small group and go, well, thank you. That information, it should be useful. Is there anything I could do to pay you back for that?
I don't think there's anything you can do, miss. And then the last human's gonna go, well, hold on. You look tough. Yeah?
Pretty tough.
Yeah? You alone?
I've got a couple of friends with me as well. They're
Okay.
not here right now.
And I assume a tough woman like you rolls with some other tough folks.
Quite a few.
And the other two are both like looking at this guy exasperated.
One of them wrestles bears.
One does like to wrestle bears.
Bears, you say? Now there's
He does
there's
it
a
for
tough
fun.
guy. Whew.
There's a tough guy. Enter Dobby.
Listen, I'm not saying you have to, but if you're asking to pay us back, if you wouldn't, if you come across it, and the other two are gonna go, no, dude, stop. Like, it's not happening. Give it up.
Let him finish.
And they'll both lean back and he'll go, listen. You pinned us right, we're travelers, not by choice. If you happen to go by LaFair at any point, beat the shit out of the new Baron.
Oh, that was already on my plans.
And you're just gonna look at the other two. I told you you ask enough people and someone will do something. And they're both like, yeah, you're gonna get a bunch of random travelers killed. Please don't listen to him. You do not need to go throwing yourselves into insane danger for our sake.
I've already met a traveler like you fellas who was far worse for wear, but I fed him and left him on his way.
You also got naked in front of him.
Yeah, well, they don't need to know that.
Good thing Dobby's not there.
We got lucky and got out early, but some people, yeah, definitely got it a bit worse.
Well, we will take care of it, don't worry.
And the other two are just gonna be like, no, really, don't. Please, I know it sounds like a sob story, but seriously, whatever bullshit that Baron is packing, don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it. It will kill you.
I fuck heavy with death.
You, the Grim Reaper, out on a date.
Sorry, what? You. I hope you mean you fuck with death a lot. Because
We have a close relationship. I'll leave it at that.
Deadpool be like.
excuse you, we're playing D&D. Reese be like.
Oh, sure. My mind goes to Deadpool.
That's fair, but you gotta appreciate the death lad. I mean, we have a lot of characters to appreciate, but you know, only one of them has a particular the concept.
Are you talking about me again?
No.
Close relationships with death got brought up, so I brought because obviously.
I also hope you're enjoying my silent interactions with baking. It's always a fucking adventure. I always mess up like 15 different things, and they still turn out good.
Hey, as long as the end result's good. Anyway, one of the other two will just kind of wave a hand and be like, regardless, listen, I get it, but seriously, don't throw your lives away for us. There's not a point trying to fight that fight.
Well, there are people being oppressed and people being hurt for no good reason. I'm responsible to take care of something like that.
And the third guy's gonna look over. Okay, no, you can't disagree with her. Like, the dude installed an Iron Fist, put in a ban on adventurers, which is a very broad... And then, do you remember what happened to old Galax when he spoke up? Guy barely escaped with his life.
The man that I met.
Oh, no kidding!
Covered in bandages. He was in terrible condition.
Yeah, Green Dragonborn?
I couldn't really tell underneath the bandages, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was a town guard. Everyone loved him, but, he decided to speak up against the new Baron, and that didn't go well. he was gonna just get taken in for questioning. The guards who follow the Baron, they're not exactly bad people. They just don't want to end up like Galax. I mean, I'm sure there's a few assholes in there, but...
We'll take care of it eventually. Hopefully you'll be able to return there.
I mean, hopefully, but if you're really intent on going there, seriously, be prepared. Like, I don't think I've ever seen so much magical ability come from a person.
Dealt with a lot of magic lately. We'll be able to manage one way or the other. But I will take your warnings. I'll keep it in mind.
Alright. Well, best of luck to you.
As to you, I will, I guess, leave the tap. I got something I was looking for.
Okay. Any place you'd like to go?
I guess I'll go looking for Dalvi and Zeshi.
Well, they're both at the... Still at the casino bar. Zeshi is attempting to boot up by just downing as much coffee as the bartenders will give her.
She's gonna look up, like, after, like, down another one. Is this decaf?
And the bartender's like, that's espresso.
They're like, no, it's black. It is black. We packed it as much as we can. What do you mean decaf? What are you?
Meanwhile, the entire bar is just littered with cups of coffee.
It's like, is there something beyond espresso?
I mean, double shot.
This is Zeshi's life quest to find the thing beyond espresso.
Yeah.
Zeshi is gonna try to find this world's equivalent of Death Wish coffee. Yeah, you can meet up with those two again, no problem.
Anyway.
Anyway. I mean, what is Davi up to, RJ? Whenever you're finished chewing.
Oh, chill.
I was gonna go speak to Davi if he wasn't doing anything else.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd probably just be... I think, is there the equivalent of like an ice cream bar or something?
No. There's the restaurant and then there's normal bars.
I was saying, do they have like an a la carte, like where they already have pre-made stuff in the restaurant that you just take and go?
No, they don't have anything buffet style at the moment. Not last you saw, at least.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Davi will be in the restaurant as he's ordering like I don't know, what would they have in the way of like a sweet that it would stay okay, but you could eat it slowly over time. Because that's something that he would definitely want, because then he could take it with him and eat it slowly on his journeys.
Like a bag of candy or something?
Well, he already has a bag of candy.
Yes. Cookies?
Cookies would be a good one.
They do serve cookies. They also serve strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, that travels well.
Yeah,
Better than you'd think.
Okay.
I think Davi's gonna go for like an assorted bag of cookies.
Okay.
Is
Dang
what
it.
he did.
Good choice. Yeah. Good choice.
Yeah.
Could have gone full Kirby.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna get an assorted bag of cookies and just kind of he's gonna be sitting there waiting for them.
Okay, Cedric, if you ask around, they'll mention, yeah, we saw a little Kenku heading up to the restaurant,
Yep.
mumbling something about sweets.
I will find Davi and say, Davi, we have a mission.
What do you mean we have mission, Cedric? Davi's mission is to wait and get these cookies that they say taste really good.
Oh, okay, you can do that, but after that.
Okay, what is this mission you speak of, Cedric?
So it turns out we were not just here to investigate the magical anomalies like I thought we were. We're also looking for someone. there's that general store person in Thalorn, who had a brother that went missing up here, name of Esther. So we need to ask around, see if anyone knows this Esther person, where apparently he was probably someone who sounded like it was him, was in here at some point in this casino. May have left with the mass exodus. We don't know, but probably someone in here knows who he is. So
Can I hear this?
No, you're still on the restaurant's on the 3rd floor, you're still at the first bar.
Oh, okay.
But simple mission, ask people, see if they know Esther, get a lead, we'll take it from there.
Okay, ask people if they know Lester.
Esther.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Are you there?
Yeah, I said I was looking for you and...
You're looking for me, okay. What do you mean?
I'll say, Edma's up there, because she would have easily found Zeshi still downing coffee, and much like Cedric, would have been like, has anyone seen the Kenku? And everyone would be like, 3rd floor.
But yeah, we should probably cover more ground, since is the restaurant on a different floor than the ground floor?
Yes.
Yes, restaurant's on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, so I'll say, you cover this floor, I'll take the ground floor. I'll see
Dobby does not need to be watched. He is his own giant.
Yes, but we need to gather the information, and if you're asking for the wrong name, we won't get the information.
Yeah, we need to find this Playstore person.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
It's Esther.
Jester?
Drop the J.
You dare, Quinlan.
Laura Bailey?
What?
Lester?
How dare you bring up a different D&D stream? How dare you bring up the single most popular... Jesus Christ.
I mean, he said Jester.
You and I both know that's not what he was referencing.
I know.
I'm just fucking around.
But was he?
I don't know, RJ, were you?
I don't know. Was I?
And that's a big fat no. All right. As Edma is attempting to get the correct name out of your giant friend, the waiter does come back, kind of looks between her and you, Cedric, and just goes, do you two want anything, or are you just here to talk with him?
No, I'm pretty full. I already ate today.
Okay. And he'll just set this, just sack down in front of Davi.
Whoa, very good.
Yeah, bag. It's not as big as a sack. There you are, sir. Assorted peanut butter, chocolate chip, and as requested.
And he'll just... And he's just gonna kind of slide it in. If you're, well, you can see because you're taller. Well, both of you should be able to see this. He has the bag of candy here, and he's putting the bag of cookies like here, so you can just reach in and grab whichever one he wants.
You need a bag of holding for your sweets, so you can just reach in and think of what you want and pull it out.
That would be a good thing to get for Davi, because he wouldn't use it like maliciously. He would just put all the sweets in it and just...
Yeah.
Honestly, bags of holding used to be the greatest thing until they made the bag man.
What the hell is the bag man?
He'll randomly appear if you have a bag of holding and drag you into the bag of holding.
That was a suggestion for making up a horror creature using.
He exists. He's official now.
I mean, he's a suggestion. He was in the Van Richten's guide as a suggestion, like, here's a monster you can make using these rules. This is what you can do with them.
People have used the Bagman already.
I mean, yeah, but you don't have to.
My other group has used the Bagman. It's the worst thing ever. The Bagman exists. I'm horrified.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say bag of holding
Okay,
were great.
so, note to self, the one bag of holding in the campaign goes to Clem, so I can freak you all out.
Oh god, it's the boots all over again.
You motherfucker! I managed to forget since I sent you those texts. Why would you do this to me again? Quinn!
Oh, Quinn. Okay, there we go. I was like, what texts? Heckin' nice.
Yeah, she texted me saying the boots still live in her head rent-free.
What are the boots?
This is a very comfortable pair of boots.
It's the main campaign. It's a pair of boots Cass has that are we're 90% sure are cursed, but they haven't done anything, and we keep forgetting about.
The only things she knows are they're extremely comfortable, and she can't take them off. More that
They're heckin' nice.
she doesn't want to take them off because they're so heckin' nice.
Some heckin' nice boots. And we are mildly terrified of what will eventually happen with those, if anything.
Finally takes off the boots, Tarask appears.
You are already on mute.
Shut up, all of you shut up about the boots. I want to forget it again. I can't repress it again. You keep talking about the boots. Move on.
Alright, how about we start talking about the foyer?
Foyer!
No.
Oh.
So, I would like
What
to go.
are you three doing? Davi has his bag of cookies.
I will go downstairs to find Zeshi.
Hashtag blame Tyler.
I'll go down and find Zeshi and say, are you alive yet?
So she's just gonna just like slowly look over at him with like you can see just coffee everywhere.
We really should look into a spell that can do that for you.
She's gonna blink at you. There's a spell for that.
Probably. Magic.
So she's gonna get up and start walking out the door.
Spell of cavitation.
I was wondering if you could. We were trying to ask around to find someone. Okay.
Who are you trying? Wait, she's gonna turn around. Who are you trying to find?
The person from Thalorn, Esther, for the general store person.
Hey, barkeep, you ever heard of an Esther?
I already asked.
They gotta ask this.
Yeah, he said that probably was here, may have left in the mass exodus. Probably there's someone in this casino who knows him. Can ask around.
Alright, you do that. She's gonna walk out the door.
I'm gonna start walking around, talking to. I'm gonna go to the fourth floor with the VIP dealing round, whatever that place, and I'm gonna talk to the
room.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to the staff.
I'm fine.
And ask them if they've seen an Esther.
What does this Esther look like?
Quinn did not tell me.
I know.
I don't know. Cedric didn't tell me. You think he probably would have crossed his mind, but oh well. So do you know an Esther?
Sorry, bud.
Alright, well, thank you for your time. Do you want a cookie?
No, that's all right.
Okay, more for Davi as he just greedily stuffs it in his mouth.
That does throw a wrench at things.
You should probably find Clem and ask her.
Do you want a cookie, Edma?
What kind of cookies do you have?
I don't know. He just said them really fast and I didn't pay attention, so each one is a surprise when I put it in my mouth.
Yeah, okay.
I'll just grab one and give it to you.
What I've eaten.
Upper dog.
You've eaten a peanut butter cookie.
Dakota.
Coda!
This doesn't taste that good. Doesn't taste that good at all.
God.
Let's go look for Cedric.
Oh, is that Tiger Lily? Is that Tiger Lily?
Yeah, you can find Cedric with relative ease. He's not exactly making himself hidden, and he kind of sticks out.
Cedric, we've hit a roadblock.
Yes?
What does this man look like?
Haven't the faintest. Find Clem.
Where's... Alright, I'm gonna head to the general market.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no. You're drowning in dogs.
To town, you do in fact find Clem talking to some of the townsfolk who are out and about.
Upper dog.
Popo.
Hi, Clem. Do you want a cookie?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, Davi.
What have I discovered from these townsfolk so far?
Most of them a few of them don't know who you're talking about. I vaguely remember that description, but there was a lot of people in the casino and they didn't really see where he went.
Okay.
One of them swears he saw that guy like 20 minutes ago, but again, can't for the life of him remember where this guy went, if anywhere.
Okay.
Everyone's still... You get the sense that a lot of these guys are kind of recovering from basically having 2 weeks, like, just catch up with them like that.
Not helpful. I guess I'll try asking the store manager again if he saw this guy.
Okay. Free soul look up. Oh, Miss Clem, hi. Back already?
Yes. Sorry for leaving so suddenly. Last time was a little bit of an emergency. I'm looking for Esther, the owner of the general store down in Dallon. Apparently he was up here, but he hasn't returned home, and his, well, siblings a little concerned.
Yeah, he was up here doing some trading with me. I think he was dropping something off or picking up. He wasn't specific. From Mr. Donis at the casino. I mean, he went in. I can tell you that much. Didn't see him come out, but then again, kind of a big wave of people.
That's fair.
I don't know his whereabouts, but I've actually... his cart is still parked at the inn, I think. At least it was when he showed up, so if he's anywhere, he's gonna need that.
I'll go over there then. Thank you again for your help.
No problem. And I see you've brought your little friend again, and oh, hi.
It's 2 dogs.
Oh, Poppos.
Papa's.
You can actually see him. He's not moving.
Speaking of.
A rare footage of a Koda at rest.
Yeah. He just went to the groomers, and he's got a handsome little scarf here,
No.
and he's all tired out from all the trauma of being groomed.
Okay, so Clem, you're heading straight to the inn then, or?
Yes.
Okay, Edma, Davia, you guys still following her, or doing your own thing?
Yeah.
Say again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Barking noises.
Hold on, I've got butter on my hands. What do you want?
You're fine. Are you going inside, or are you going straight to where you assume parking is?
Parking? Yeah, probably there first.
Okay. Yeah, you all find a couple of horses. There is one cart only. Maybe like twice the size of the one you use, Clem.
Okay.
Hanging out there, with a single horse, and Esther is there. He looks like he hasn't slept in days. At the very least, his clothing is in bad shape. Just dirty, ruffled.
Esther?
And he's just gonna kind of look over. Clem? What are you doing here?
Well, we were up here to deal with some odd cult activity, but we're also here to look for you.
You okay?
Right.
Were you inside the casino when all that went down?
Yeah, I thought I saw you come in, but when I looked over again, you weren't there, so I wasn't sure if I was things, and I didn't want to, ask some random satyr if it happened to be the one I knew.
She's gonna look around and be like, well, as far as I know, I think I'm the only Sata in town at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't sleep much while I was in there, and they're telling me it was 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You might want to get home, but I think you should take a nap first.
I should really be getting home. The last...
Don't dig on my bed.
Actually, I don't think I've ever left her in charge for this long.
Well, you perchance be heading down past the fair at any time. My whole party is practically begging to go deal with all of the issues going on down there, and if you could hitch us a ride, we could help keep an eye on the cart for you. You'd be safe for at least the passageway down.
The fair?
Yeah, it's southeast, so we have to go back down anyway.
I mean, I suppose it's technically in a similar direction, but Thalorn... You'd have to keep going from Thalorn to get to the fair, if that's where you're headed.
Well, then we can accompany you the whole trip. You could actually get some sleep on the way down there.
I mean, if you'd like, sure. Do you need to stop at home at all?
Oh, I just came from home. I wasn't stuck in that casino for 2 weeks either. We just showed up and fixed the problem relatively quickly, so I don't need to stop back again.
Hey.
I should probably elaborate. I've kind of taken up adventuring for the time being. Still spreading my business about, but this is my primary function at the moment. You look a little shocked. You alright?
This... Forgive... With as much respect as I can get, this adventuring just... You're not running low on... You know...
Bodies?
I love the fucking facial expression. Oh god.
Also, like, do you imagine while she's talking to Esther, meanwhile back at the casino, alright, new search pattern. You take those tables, I'll take those tables. We'll figure this out.
No, Cedric, you're the only one still in the casino.
No, not particularly
Here.
running low on bodies. You see, I struck up a good pattern, ran it by my assistant, and I'm going to be handing out contracts along the way. That's part of the whole business thing.
Ah.
Along with, you know, selling fruit and whatnot. I actually just potentially might have something with the casino as well.
The fruit. Okay, sorry.
No, the fruit. Why would you think I'd do that? I'm a respectable satyr. I keep within the limits of the law.
No, all I'm saying is, look, I don't. Far be it from me to know how you run your business.
Run yours?
David does not run a business. His business is friendship.
Davi, do you think you could go find the others and tell them we found Esther so they don't keep running about thinking of losing their heads?
Why would they lose their heads? I thought they were firmly attached to their necks.
Did you know a chicken could live a whole day without
It's a turn of phrase.
A chicken? Do you happen to keep lots of headless chickens around, Edma?
No, Davi, just go look for the others.
Okay, I'll go find Cedric and Zeshi.
And Edma?
I'm right here.
Oh, you're right there. Oh, I didn't
Edma's right there, Clam.
How did you miss me?
You're gonna
I'm
have to
7
pardon me,
foot
I'm
tall.
half baking shit right now.
No, Edma's been following Davi quietly around.
Oh, okay.
I just like the idea of you just completely not seeing Edma for
I
no reason.
will go back to the casino to find Zeshi and Cedric.
Well, it doesn't help you be really quiet, too. Anyway.
Esther's gonna look at you and just... Okay, at least the adventuring part explains those two.
Oh, there's two more.
Oh.
Pardon the one that looks a little expired. He's not one of mine.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, he's part of my party, but He's his own person.
Did you say expired?
He looks, he appears. Just don't let it startle you. Forewarning.
I mean, how bad have you seen Mox? How much worse could he look?
And cut to the others. I gotta cream some more butter.
Gotcha. Zeshi, what are you doing? You kind of just went outside.
I'm going to do a bit, but I'm kind of gave up on that already. Mostly because I don't feel like
we could still do a bit.
Yeah. Essentially, what I was going to do was, going to plan to do. It wasn't really much of a bit. It was just like going off of what we were already talking about. I was just going to have Zeshi walk around for a little while, like have like a remembrance of the last time she drank this much coffee, run out to the woods, and then cast like shockwave, just like all the coffee just expels its energy.
Overcharged.
Overcharged Zeshi.
The old, it's slow to get in the engine, but once it does, it all...
So your magic from your sorceress origin came from one of your ancestors was a coffee elemental, is what you're saying.
Possibly.
A fire elemental who may or may not have been a coffee roaster.
We know one of her ancestors was a dragon. The rest of it is unknown.
It is unknown, but coffee was involved at some point.
Dragon with coffee breath. There you go.
Oh, of course.
A coffee dragon. A coffee dragon.
Yep.
Coffee dragon.
Alright, so, Zeshi is going to head... Is there a library?
There is not.
There is not.
There's the schoolhouse, the water wheel, the inn, the tavern, and the general store, and then some private homes in the casino. Pretty small place.
I was actually...
Zeshi's going to walk out, like, feel the coffee, like, start kind of kicking in after, the 300th one. And what would Zeshi do? I don't know. Zeshi's kind of just thinking like, you know what? When in doubt, she's just gonna pick a direction and walk in that direction. Zeshi's an adventurer at heart, free spirit. Who cares? No plan.
So, you finding so much energy that you gotta go somewhere. The last time you went in, you had to stay in for like way too long. Zeshi, ain't nobody gonna tie Zeshi down. It's Wandering Witch, and as you're marching along, you come across Davi, and Davi, your friend looks extensively energized.
Zeshi, you're supposed to not eat the lightning.
Me for one, not one, but a minute or two. I gotta go use the restroom. You can go amongst yourselves.
Zeshi, you're not supposed to eat the lightning. It's bad for you. You have to shoot it out of your fingertips and yell a one-liner.
You good, Tyler?
I'm looking at Zeshi's spells. I don't think I have anything that can shoot out of her fingertips other than shocking grass, and that doesn't really count.
I mean, it's a cantrip. I imagine you can just make your hand go.
Yeah, but not like what Davi's looking for. I have Shatter and Thunderwave. One of them's a bowl, and the other one's not really shooting lightning out of my fingertips.
Yeah, you don't have like full-on lightning bolt yet.
No.
I mean, I would imagine Shocking Grasp is closest to what you're looking for.
Yeah, she'll just hold up her hands and just start casting Shocking Grasp all over the place. Just a one-liner at the top of her lungs.
It's pretty good, Zeshi. But, you gotta try a little harder. It comes from the gut. You go, otata, itata, otata.
one night! Just felt it out.
Well, it's pretty good. I am satisfied. We will make fine giant out of you yet, Zeshi.
Zeshi's just like nodding really quickly with her eyes just like one eye is glowing, the other one is figuratively glowing.
Davi is just going to grab your hand and lead you to try and find Cedric.
Zeshi happily follows. She's too energetic to speak right now. All the coffee's kicking in and she just can't speak.
And so I imagine you come into the casino, and I'm like, all right, I've successfully gotten a count of everyone in this casino, and I'm eliminating possibilities, going through them one by one. I'll get this eventually. Oh, hi, Davi.
Cedric, stop talking about a bunch of random crap. We found Blaster, okay? Come on.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Davi's just gonna grab your hand with his other so that he's holding both of your hands in between the two of you and just lead you out the door to where Clem is.
But actually, between me and Davi holding hands while both of us are somewhat electrically charged, I can only imagine Cedric gets shocked after he grabs
I don't know if I would, being that it would probably be like dulled.
Probably.
I thought I was smoking a cigarette.
You're the grounding
I'm still
agent.
alive. I'm gonna throw in my earbuds and just join on my phone briefly.
Gotcha.
Cedric, you're the grounding agent.
I've got my character sheet if I
I'm the
need it.
agent on the ground. From the ground.
On the ground.
On the ground.
Oh, Cedric, at one point you need to do a zombie bit just once. Just bury yourself and come back out.
We'll see if the moment arises.
Yeah.
Like the zombies.
Yes.
I feel like we need to
Yeah,
wait
very
for
speedy.
Ethan to come back.
Front door.
Front door!
Front door.
Front door.
Can you hear them?
The
Of
dogs.
course.
Door.
Front door.
Front door.
Front door.
Front door.
Front door.
So you can't hear the dogs?
Sorry about that.
We could hear the barking, yeah.
You know what's happening right now?
What?
Lily's chewing on a toy, and Coda spontaneously decided he wants that toy. I don't even have to look. I know exactly what's happening.
Okay, so what did I miss?
They found me, pulled me out of the casino, and we're together now.
Yeah, so Davi found Zeshi, grabbed Zeshi by the hand, walked over to Cedric, found Cedric, told him to stop talking about random crap. We found Blaster, and then grabbed Cedric's hand and then took both of them to where Clem is. So essentially, they're walking with Davi in the middle, holding both their hands like this.
Alright, I do all approach, and Clem and Esther are kind of making idle conversation. He just looks over.
Oh, he's too young for hand holding.
Huh.
Makes a fucking Minecraft villager noise.
He just kind of glances over. Then he glances at Cedric and just looks back at you, Clem.
I told you. Can't tell me I didn't warn you.
No, you definitely did.
Hey, Clem. Zeshi drank too much lightning in her cup, and now she's really guilty. So, you know.
Zeshi, darling, I feel like an intervention is in order.
What's an intervention, Clem?
It's all of us getting together to tell our good friend that she's gone overboard with her addiction.
What's addiction, Clem?
What Zeshi's doing with coffee right now.
Oh, I mean, he's gonna reach into his bag and pull out some of the mint candy in like a handful and just... Ah, yeah, Daddy. I got problem.
You don't eat
Okay.
candy nearly as often as she drinks coffee.
Also,
Edna's
how
gonna
much
take a
sugar-
big puff from her cigarette and go, Zeshi, you need to stop.
When did you get that?
I refilled my carton from when we beat up those goons when I was upstairs in the VIP room.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to keep doing that.
Feels fine.
Well,
We all
until
used
you
to have a
get...
pipe, so not much different.
Oh dear. None of you know about vices. Also, it ends.
Okay.
Eating a cookie. What are vices, clown?
Well, as much as I would adore hearing you attempt to explain this to these three, I need to get going. First off, tremendously late.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Is waiting for me, and I'm gonna need to do something with this stock because most of it has gone bad.
I told Esther here that we could accompany him back down to Thalorn in his cart, and we would make our way on to Lafair, since all of us seem a little keen on kicking the ass of the new.
Whoa, we're going to beat up that Baron. That sounds like fun.
I promised 3 young gentlemen that I would do so.
You don't have to promise them anything, Zeshi. Davi would have done it just because it sounded like fun.
Or, did it for the man we found in the woods. Galax.
Oh.
Him too. They knew the man that we found in the woods, actually. I was talking to them. They gave me some information on Domu, the man I'm looking for.
Yes, the
So
man
I
that you
offered to help
got,
them.
the man that you
That's
got
helpful.
naked for, Zeshi.
Yeah, Galax was actually a guard. I forgot about that.
Sorry, I'm making cookies.
Glenn, this is an interesting. Who the hell am I to judge? Anyway, nice to meet you all. I suppose a friend of Clem's a friend of mine. You don't have to. I'm heading back towards Stallone, and if you're going to take the main road fair, you're pretty much going in the same direction.
Oh,
Might as well
happily
help keep
offer
an eye on
protection
him, let him
compensation.
rest up from his 2-week escapade.
What was that, Alice?
I just said I'll happily offer protection for compensation.
The compensation is he's letting us hitch a ride down to Lefebvre.
I thought
Well,
you didn't
Yeah.
care about money.
yeah, Davi's gonna
I don't.
sit there holding his pouch of gold. Yeah, I thought he didn't care about money.
I don't.
Then why are you asking for compensation?
I'm not. I'm saying he's giving us a ride down. I'm more than happy to help protect for that.
For the-
I
for
thought you
the
were
ride.
asking for more money on top
I don't
of it.
want compensation. I don't.
Misunderstood.
Money's only needed when it's necessary.
Well,
If
yes,
you're
that's
going,
a tautology.
Let me be stupid, okay?
if you're all going to get on, please. I need to get back to my business and relieve my poor sister, who is not supposed to be having to run the.
Yes, let's head on. Are we all ready?
Edmund will climb into the cart.
I'll hop in.
Yeah, it's it's got space for. You can squeeze on. It doesn't seem like it accommodated for someone of Edma's stature, but you guys can, given that Davi's stature kind of makes up for it, you 5 can manage to get on fair enough.
Zeshi gets up, climbs up, and then immediately crashes from caffeine overdraw.
Nobody offer her coffee.
You see, this is the problem. If you're only awake for a couple hours in a day, we need you need more time awake than that.
Davi's been feeling quite awake these past couple days because he always has the zippy zap in him, Like,
Well, if she gets over her withdrawal, she won't need coffee all the time.
well,
So let her sit there, and if she vomits, just help her make sure it's over the cart.
Davi goes to sleep pretty good, but when he's awake, he's like, wah! Like there is lightning trying to escape him all the time.
That's a little horrifying. Not sure.
All right. So as you guys are all discussing Zeshi's coffee issues, the cart takes off after Esther hops onto and starts its way down the road. Check something. After about an hour and a half of travel, let's see, who might have... I'd say everyone. The cart's not covered, so everyone can... You all notice a bunch of apples strewn about the road?
I don't know. It looks a little suspicious. Apples grow on trees, not on the ground.
There were no apple trees when you guys came down this path towards Mizran. But there is one now? It's off to the side. Actually, it looks like there's more off on that side of the woods.
There's just a bunch of apple trees now.
There are a few apple trees there now.
Do you guys want to try and waste time on a bunch of apple trees, or do you just want to keep going?
I'm just gonna look around and listen for anything suspicious.
Okay.
I might ask Esther to like slow down the cart for a second, just so I can hear it better.
He will. Give me a perception check.
2 seconds. I forgot to grab my stuff while I had baking good covered hands.
You're good.
You said perception?
Yes.
Come on. 18. Modified 18.
Mod 18. Okay. You listen for a bit, and it takes a while to pick up on. Not super clear at this point.
Hold on. 2 seconds. Sorry. Continue.
It sounds a bit distant, but you're positive you hear broken druidic chanting? It's not proper druidic, whatever it is, but it's like an attempt at it.
I'm gonna hop out and sneak towards the sound.
Okay. If you want to sneak towards it, I would like a stealth check.
15.
15. All right. As you hop past, looking over his shoulder at Clem, where are you going?
Hold on. I'll be right back.
And he'll slow the cart down to a stop. And he's gonna look to the rest of you. Do you have any idea what's going on?
Seems like something's caught her attention.
Quite.
Do you like an unbaked cookie?
No, Davi's got all the cookies he needs.
I'm making peach cobbler cookies. I don't think
And
Davi
they're
has
already
peach cobbler
cooked,
cookies.
Clem. God.
Mine are better.
No, mine
They're
are
not
better
imaginary.
because I have more of them and they're imaginary. Okay, you can't just come after me in the D&D world, Clem. God.
If they're imaginary, they taste however I want them to.
That's right. Davi can have cookie that tastes like anything. Can your cookie taste like anything? I don't think so, because this is make-believe, Clam.
Alright, Robin Hood.
You've just been outplayed by a Davi. Got you.
Did I sneak efficiently enough?
You think you're sneaking pretty efficiently. You're avoiding stepping on any large branches or twigs. Your feet are, well, your hooves are quite soft in the grass. And you just pass by, like, apple tree after apple tree. And there's just fruit littering the ground. And you come across one that's looks like it might have had a bite taken out of it, and the inside is black.
Oh.
Like, not rotten, but for some reason the flesh is, like, almost jet black.
I'm gonna pick it up and smell it.
It smells pungently bitter.
That ain't normal.
I'm gonna crack open the opposite side of it to see if it's the same way all around, or if maybe it's just around where the bite from the other something was.
You find that it is. It is black all the way around, at least on the side you crack open.
On the side I broke up, I want to taste it. Just a little. I'm tasting. I'm not swallowing.
Could you give me a Constitution save?
This is the fucking second time this weekend. I have a problem.
It's fine. It's fine.
Big brain play. Get yourself killed so you can focus on the baking.
Well, that's a 15. What do I have for con save? Plus 3? Plus 3. 18.
So, you taste just a small bit of this thing. It is the most rawly bitter, not sour, bitter thing you have ever tasted in your life. Like, if there was a piece of this in your mouth, it would be spit out almost immediately. Like, this is
I feel like if I failed it, I would have just thrown up, and that's so much less dangerous than fucking what happened last time.
I'm not saying I'm not going to ask you to make dangerous con saves, but hey, it wasn't this one.
Okay, I'm gonna put that back down and keep trying to find this fucking druidic chanting.
Okay. Are the rest of you still choosing to stay on the cart?
I'm asleep.
I'll follow behind at a decent amount of space so that I'm not jeopardizing her sneaking around, but
Okay.
I'm just watching over for safety.
Zeshi's asleep. She has no idea what's going on.
I'm gonna...
And I'd like to have my crossbow out.
I'm going to say to Esther, apologies in advance for this, and I'm going to call out my echo and have it be 30 feet away from me so I can get out there at a moment's notice.
Okay.
That's a lot of cookies. And I gotta make another batch.
Esther sees that and just stares. Like he's... You might have frozen him, because he looks like he's buffering.
Your guess is as good as mine. But it's useful.
And he's gonna look at the side of the cart you're sitting on, and he's just gonna inch a little further up on the saddle.
Fair.
And keep his head down. Clem. When you get a second.
Oh no, the thing chanting got her.
What?
Ooh. So you close in, right? You can hear the chanting getting closer and closer as you inch forward, and you eventually, through some of the trees, you see a lone figure.
It's Chavo doing weird ritual shit.
My god.
No, come on. Shava's ritual shit ends in fire, not apples.
Or sex.
Or sex. Or sex.
It's usually sex.
It's usually sex, but there could be like some fire for the candles, light the moon, You find what looks like a woman with her hair down to her shoulders, except her hair appears to be made of leaves, almost, and her body has you think it's skin? It looks almost wood-like.
Dryad?
You think it is, but you don't remember dryads wearing contemporary clothing.
Nani?
I'm gonna watch for a minute to see what she's doing.
So her back is to you, and you can hear the chanting, and you can see the tree going a little as...
Hold on, you cut out. I can see the what?
The tree she's facing starts
Right.
glowing. And from some of the branches, apples start to rapidly bloom and expand. And she reaches up, grabs one of them, and with a small, woodcutter's knife, like a little utility tool, just cuts a piece off, looks at it, and just tosses it in frustration.
I'm going to stand up and say, well, that's a process I haven't seen before.
She is going to look like she just jumped out of her skin and turn towards you. Now, Clem, you're fairly well associated with dryads, or, at the very least, the lore of dryad.
Or more fae-like people, because I am one myself.
Exactly. White sclera is not something dryads are born with.
Oh shit.
Are you alright?
She's just going to look at you. Wait, who are you?
I'm a passerby. I heard you druidic chanting and was curious as to what was going on down here. Pardon my quiet entrance. I had to figure out whether or not you may be violent towards me first. Doesn't look like it. What are you doing over there?
It's just practicing.
Practicing what?
She's just going to kind of motion to the apple tree. It's not supposed to do that. Or, more accurately, she picks up one of the apples and cuts it open. It's not supposed to do this.
So you're practicing growing fruit quickly?
It's not... It was my partner's spell. I actually don't know it very well. I wasn't much of a caster.
Well, tell me the druidic. Maybe I'll be able to help you. I know a bit myself.
I'm something.
It just sounded a little off.
I'm not exactly fluent in it. I guess I could show you. You don't seem hostile.
She's gonna put her hands up. Not here to hurt you.
She'll reach into her bag, pull out a small scroll, and very slowly walk over, keep arm's length, just enough to...
I'll very gently take it from her and then look it over.
So looking it over, it makes sense to you. It's not something you yourself have really practiced. It's also not meant to instantaneously grow fruit. It mentions there might be a way to do such a thing, to this person's studies at least. But for now, it's mostly about slightly speeding up the process once a proper base has been formed, so a proper apple tree has been planted. Or, honestly, the paper doesn't actually specify apples, it just says...
Alright, I'm gonna look at all the trees around. Are they apple trees, or are they just random trees that she's been trying it on?
These are just random forest trees.
You may have better luck if you try it on some actual fruit trees.
She just kind of looks around. Are these not fruit trees?
No, that's an ash. I think those are a few oaks. One you just tried it on is cherry wood.
Oh, that explains things, I suppose. Some things.
It's an ash. You can tell it's an ash because of the way that it is. She's gonna take out her own little notebook and rip out a paper and write down, like, certain characteristics of, like, apple trees since she was trying apples. Try this out. If you don't get to a library before now, find an apple tree and try it then.
What do you write it in?
What?
What do you write it in?
What language?
I'm writing, like, specific descriptors for an apple tree and then a couple corrections to, like, the Druidic she was using,
In
like,
Druidic?
pronunciation-wise. What?
Are you writing it in Druidic? Primordial? Sylvan?
Common?
Common?
I'll write it in Druidic and have, like, common translation beneath it. It'll be, like, just the corrections, though, not the whole thing.
Okay.
Or, like, pronunciation, so that she gets it right.
Deep speech.
She'll look at this as you've handed it to her. Oh, I see.
That might help you.
Well, yes, now that I can actually understand.
Also, you may want to collect your experiments and bury them somewhere. They'll do better for the Earth than they will being potentially found by the wildlife. I may or may not have tried one.
Sorry about that.
It's alright.
I'm not... They never came out bitter when she did it. I just did the business side of things.
She?
Yes, I told you this was my partner's spell.
Oh. Are you two holed up anywhere? Maybe I'll stop by at some point.
It's just me now.
Oh. Well. Here.
I
And
guess
she'll rip out another piece of paper and write down some directions. If you want to experiment on all the fruit trees you could ever ask for, go here. My name is Clem. As long as you use that, and tell them you have free reign to romp about the orchard and experiment at your pleasure. Just don't go in the basement. She'll hand her directions to the orchard.
Thank you. Are you sure we've just met?
I'm positive. I'm always down for someone who's, experimental.
I guess I was just trying to keep myself busy, I suppose.
Well, go ahead and try. If you want to, that is. I'm not going to force you to go anywhere you don't wish.
Alright,
Well, have a good day. And she's just gonna go.
Excuse me?
What? Sorry, what?
And she's gonna look at the paper. You've listed Foros as the address.
Yes?
It's a medical town, right?
Yeah. I live just outside of it.
They don't happen to know anything about transformations, do they?
Well, I'm sure a few of them would be able to help you. Some are a little more practically taught, but magical diseases are part of the work. Not my specialty, but if you go to the institute there, I'm sure someone will at least be able to point you in the right direction, if not offer you direct assistance.
That would be nice, thank you.
Feel free to toss around my name. They all know me. Most of them like me.
She's just kind of looking down at her own hands. Yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
Then she'll turn around and walk away.
You'll pass by Edma holding her crossbow.
Do you want to down.
No. I'll start walking back to the cart.
I take it we're good.
Yes, everything's fine.
Call back my echo.
Just met a fellow researcher back there, not doing so hot, so offered her some assistance. We can be well on our way.
Fair enough.
And I'll hop back in.
Once you and Edma get back on, Esther will give the reins a little flick, and the horse will pick back up. And only after like a minute, he'll just be like, "Wait, another." He's gonna look over his shoulder. Wait, you don't mean like your research, do you?
You're muted.
Not even close.
Okay.
She was attempting to speed up the growth process of fruit, but wasn't doing it on fruit trees. So it was turning out very terrible.
He's just gonna kind of glance at his horse, who has kind of a bleh expression on his face. Oh, that explains a lot.
I told her to gather it up and bury it somewhere so more wildlife doesn't have the displeasure.
And she was just randomly in the woods.
I'm not gonna ask questions. She seemed alone. I sent her off to my orchard if she so wishes. Better to experiment somewhere more fruit heavy.
You just led her to your orchard.
She seemed harmless enough. If anything, she just seemed sad.
I mean, it's your place. If you find it fine to send her there, I suppose.
She'll be fine.
If you say so. So are you all just heading to the fair, or do you have other plans?
Map. Give me a moment.
Y'all are gonna have to take over for me. I'm doing another batch of cookies.
He is asking all of you.
What was the question?
He said, are you just heading to the fair, or do you have other plans?
How much do you know about the situation there?
There's a situation there?
Apparently. Some sort of corrupt baron holding the town in an iron fist. Instilled a ban on adventurers. Seems like something that someone should do something about.
Are you... There shouldn't be a barony around here.
I agree, that's why we're doing something about it. Is there some particular reason why it's unusual?
I mean, I've never heard of a baron just showing up and saying, I now plays. Like, there's already, a chain of command around this area.
Is there a capital?
Well, yes, of course there. I mean, it's not exactly close. We're kind of on the edge. The capital's off to the west. But we as in most of the... I don't know how to describe the area that falls into... I mean, Thalorn falls there, and so do Mizrin and Pharos, but... The point is, yes, Lefair should be under the capital, not some random baron.
Who's the ruler of the capital? Is the king?
There's a chancellor. I don't think he's installed any new barons. It doesn't seem like his style.
Well, so another reason to check it out, I suppose.
The whole thing seems suspicious as such, since this man also deemed it necessary to ban all adventurers in the town.
Yeah, your friend mentioned that's insane.
We're gonna go into the guise of, my business ventures.
Probably for the best.
Better than nothing, considering I already have a valid business.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So, anything else you all are up to, or just, dismantling random barons? Baron wannabes?
Dismantling a cult.
I don't know what I expected, and yet somehow that wasn't it.
While you were gone, magic has been acting up a little bit. Thalorn itself got hit by it. We took care of it. Now we're running about taking care of cultists that are just exacerbating the whole matter.
Oh! Wait, hang on. Thalorn got hit?
Yeah, the fountain went a little haywire and started spitting out elemental imps. It's pretty bad.
Good God, a lot has suddenly happened while I was in there.
Lots of things. Lots of things happened while you were gone.
I see. That is a lot to take in. Is everyone all right?
Oh, everyone's just fine. Well,
Yeah,
the mayor seemed a little under the weather before we left, but I don't know if that was related.
What'd you say, Alice?
Just that we took care of the imps once they showed up, so...
As for the mayor, it is that time of year, I suppose, so that makes sense. And Esther's gonna, glance over at Cedric.
Okay, keep doing all the talking, boys. I've got bacon.
You good?
I'm sorry. So if you don't mind me asking, where did you get that robe? Cloak?
I'll sort of... Why do you ask?
Fella stopped by my store just before I left for this business trip. Apparently it was 2 weeks ago. It really feels like yesterday. Asking about someone in that robe.
This person, what did they look like?
Like you, now that I look at you. Did we speak? Was that you?
No, it was not.
Really?
Do you have...
Am I supposed to stop asking questions now?
That would... I think I am done answering them for the time being. I'll sort of turn to Clem. Do we have any robes or cloaks that could just cover my face while we're in Thalorn? I'll probably want to take this one off before we get there.
We could swap your coat and Davi's.
I'm gonna overhear this and just go, I have an old damaged robe.
You say that, and Davi goes, really? I get to wear Cedric's cape?
You know? Actually, that could be an interesting experiment. If they notice you wearing a cloak that belongs to them, it could elicit some interesting responses.
Yeah, I don't really care about that, Cedric. And I'll take off this lizard cloak and offer it to you. Come on, kiwi.
Oh, well, suppose it's your lucky day. I'll hand you my cloak.
And I'll just kind of throw mine at your chest and take yours and instantly put it on and just kind of like, oh, look at me. I am Cedric now. I am cool. I mean, Cedric's
Davi,
not
don't use his name.
Yes, no, not... Yeah, we can't use my name around people while we're in Thalorn.
What should we call you in the mean?
We should call Cedric Sally.
I don't...
It would be good at throwing people off, though I'm not too sure what Cedric thinks of that.
I don't love it.
Well, we have to call you something, and if we don't want to blow your cover, we need something to call you.
Why not Alan? Simple.
Alan? It's okay.
Alan? That sounds like tripe. We should call you Malik.
I would prefer something boring, less likely people ask questions.
It's a
I mean,
fun-
I just want to call you Malik because that was the giant I knew.
Do you want to call me Yargoth, Davi? Is that where this is going?
No, there's only one Yargoth, Cedric.
What if we meet a second Yaga?
I mean, there is no second Yargoth.
But what if we meet someone and they say, my name is Yaga?
No, it's not. It's impossible. You want Yargoth.
Davi.
Is there only one Davi?
Yes, there is only one Davi.
There's
Davi.
not one Enba.
My name is Yargoth.
Oh! How do you say Cedric?
My point is that people can say it.
You can say it, but it's not true. Just like you people and your horse. I mean, yeah, never mind.
You gonna
But
call
yes,
me a
I
box
think-
again?
I think Alan will do nicely while we're in town. Just...
Hey. Yeah,
Alan it is.
Alrighty, Alan.
Yeah, Ellen.
Ellen DeGeneres?
More like Ellen DeGenerate.
No, that's Tyler.
No, that'd be Tyler.
Hmm?
We were talking about degenerates.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
That she out cold from no caffeine.
That feel when no caffeine.
That feel when the coffee leaves as soon as it came.
You'll survive. You'll survive.
You will. So a few more hours pass, and Thalorn finally comes into view in the distance. The sun's approaching the horizon to set. And Esther yawns loudly. Well, we're just about there. If you want to continue on to the fair, best of luck to you. It's quite a journey, but you'll pass through a city on the way, so you could stop in Lavinia if you need some
True.
rest.
Yes, perchance. Do you know what is in Lavinia? I haven't heard much of the city. Or town.
Lavinia, it's a pretty religious town. There's its centerpiece is a very large, I was going to say chapel, but it's more of a temple to an old sky god, I believe. Not.
We do
currently
have to go to
worshipped anymore.
Lavinia for one of the cultist groups, by the way.
What were you saying? A temple to an air god?
Yeah, an old sky god. I don't believe he's worshipped anymore there. It's more of a historical building these days, I believe. I don't remember the exact specifications. I haven't... The last time I was there, I was in a bit of a rush. I believe there's still a fair amount of religion practiced. I don't remember who to.
Did they have any libraries or anywhere that they amassed their information in history?
Oh yeah, there's a pretty sizable library, actually.
Okay. Well, I think I know enough about the town to know where my interests lie there. Thank you.
Sure. And he'll sort of slow the cart as you enter the town. Do you all want to just get off here? Should I take you somewhere within town?
I am impartial.
Go into town. It shouldn't be too bad. We just have to say we're not adventurers, right?
We're not at La Fair right now.
Oh, okay.
That's later.
Stallone, don't
This
you
is
remember?
the one where I need to do this, and I'll like conceal my face as best as I can.
Yeah.
Look, there's the fountain where we fought those imps.
Oh, Tommy remembers this town. That's where he got the candy.
It's actually where we all met.
We met here?
Yep.
Some of us. Where I met you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I should go see Clarence! And Tommy's just gonna jump off the cart and run towards the market.
And he's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, Cedric, as you flip the hood up, yeah, this ain't gonna do, Chief. This is not built more average stature. This is built for a small person.
Did you say I turn to Edma? Did you say you also have something?
It's not the best, but I have an old, a little worn down robe from our encounter with some of the cultists a while back. Might need a little chill, fan it a couple of times. It might need a little dusting, but you can have it.
See if does it look big enough?
It looks big enough, though it does bear the group symbol on the shoulder.
Could I... I'm gonna try something. Can I turn it inside out?
Sure. Yeah. Maybe a little less comfortable, but it'll do.
Yep. Just for while we're in town.
Yeah.
Put it on inside out. Cover my face.
Alright. Davi, you bolt your way up into the main square, over to the market, and you go over to Clarence's stand, which currently has no one there and has a little folded wooden sign, like a little bent one sitting there that just says closed.
It's closed? I'm gonna try and look around to see if there's any like type of hours or anything, or if there's anyone around.
Yeah, there's townspeople around. Some of the other stall owners are still there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to one of them and say, "Excuse me, do you know where Clarence is?"
Clarence, I think he went home for the night.
Oh, okay. Where is that?
You want to bother him at his house?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't really know which one's his house. I don't know where he lives.
That's fine. Davi will figure it out.
You're a strange...
And
And he's gonna just look over at you. Uh-huh, I have to go now.
Okay, have a nice day. Oh, before you go, he's just gonna reach into his cloak. Do you want a cookie?
Sorry, really, I have to go. And they walk off.
Yeah, Davi's gonna start going around to different houses and knocking on the door.
So you do that, and after a couple either no answers or just saying, I don't know who you're talking about, please leave, you hear hoofprints behind you, and a not unfamiliar voice just go, okay, listen, if you're going to be back, stop causing trouble.
He's not causing trouble. He's trying to find a friend.
The guard captain's gonna get off his horse. Okay, Davi, was it?
Yes, that is Davi. By the way, he's gonna reach in. Do you want a cookie? They're pretty good. I got them at the casino in the town up the road.
Davi, no thank you. Are you by yourself?
No, Davi has stick board. He's gonna pull them out. See?
No, Davi, you left with a group.
No, they're back in town.
Okay, why don't we go back to them, okay, buddy?
But Davi has not found clearance yet.
Stop banging on random people's doors looking for one guy.
Well, do you know where Davi can find clearance?
Yes, and I'm not going to tell you because you should not be bothering people at their home.
But Davi needs to give him something. It's very important.
What is it?
He's going to reach out and pull out the bag of 100 gold. Davi wants to give him this.
Oh my god, is this about that 1 million platinum thing?
It is deposit down for the belt.
Okay, why don't we go talk to your friends first and worry about that second? Oh, thank you. Okay.
No. This is between Davi and Clarence. It will be fine.
Yes. 100 gold is an excellent down payment for 1 million platinum.
At this rate, you'll get it in like 2 or 3 campaigns.
For the love of every god there is. Just come with me to the others.
What? How is Davi going to give Clarence his money?
You're not going to give Clarence money because Clarence is looking for money.
I don't understand.
That's the problem. Because I'm not going to explain this to you. That is your friend's job. Now please come with me and let's...
But aren't you the guard captain of this town, so therefore it would also make it your job?
No, my job is to keep the town safe. And right now, to do mayoral duties, which does not include explaining what sarcasm is to you.
But Davi is not making town unsafe.
Exactly, so it does not fall to my purview. Okay. Look, I can explain this to you because that does fall under my purview. While it is my job to keep the town safe, I also respond, and so do my guards, to general problems. And a random Kenku in a coat that is way too big for him.
What do you mean, Kenku? Davi's giant's gonna lift up his hands. Can't you see?
I mean, how do you respond to that?
Oh, by the way, do you know a Captain Gash in the town over that way?
What?
Yeah, she's a big orc lady. You know her?
No, Davi, I don't know every guard captain in the land.
Do you have a club of guard captains and you meet once a week to talk about guard captain things? Oh, and then you have the guard captain activities and you eat guard captain food. What's it like being in the guard captain club?
Fuck is guard captain food.
Sounds like a fun club. Can Davi be a guard captain?
Oh, Davi's just slowly becoming papyrus.
He just sits there, pulls out a cookie, and eats it. Your face looks like it is in much pain.
Yes, you've exacerbated my headache significantly. I have enough to put up with. I don't have time for a boy who doesn't know how anything works.
Davi knows how things work.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Great. Why don't we get you back to the people who know how things work?
I don't know.
I'm sure...
I mean, Clem's a pretty good judge of character, but Edma's made some pretty not so good choices. She bashed in a table. It was an expensive one, too.
Come on, Davi, this way.
Okay.
He's not even going to get back on his horse. He's just going to have the horse walk.
I'm sorry, don't you mean dog?
He's back on his dog.
No. If I recall, I'm trying to respect the Cedric's bit of time informing Davi what a dog is. And as the rest of you are getting, I'm assuming, off the cart once it hits the general store.
Yeah.
Esther's gonna just tie up his horse. Well, I thank you for the protection, I guess.
It didn't really seem like you ended up needing it, but
Thanks for the ride.
happy to help.
I mean, better to have it than none, I guess. Anyway, oh, the guard captain coming this way.
Is that Davi in tow?
Yes, that's your friend.
Hi guys.
That seems about
Did you
par for
zap
the course.
another guard captain?
What? No, Davi did not zap this guard captain. Do you want Davi to zap this guard captain?
No, Davi, don't zap the guard captain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, apparently there's a guard captain club that they all have guard captain food at, and they read their guard captain books, and they have all these activities.
That sounds pleasant, Dobby. How are you doing?
He's literally going to reach down and slam your beak shut. He's going to look at the rest of you. I found him slamming on random people's doors, looking for the leather worker who's gone home for the night. Kindly keep him with you.
Well, we try. He literally...
Parents, you're his guardians at the moment.
The thought entered his head and he was already gone. We're doing our best.
We need to get a leash for him.
You need to do better. I have so much I am trying to get done. The last thing I need are a bunch of public nuisance complaints because he wants to give the leather worker 100 gold.
DV, you might want to mute
Why
that.
are you just handing out 100 gold?
Oh, he's just sitting there and looks at you.
Take your hand off his mouth, please.
I don't want to.
I don't blame you.
So basically, he's holding my beat down, and then Davi's going to pull out Stickbird, and he's gonna turn it, and then you're gonna hear perfectly clearly. Well, you see, Davi wants to give down payment for belt. Well, this is stupid.
Tell me you're a ventriloquist?
No, this is Stickbird talking.
Of course.
I'm truly impressed.
I don't think that's a good idea, though.
No, I did not say it was a good idea. I tried to tell him, but Davi does not listen because he's obsessed with this build thing.
We really need to convince him that there's a different route to getting this belt.
I'm not trying to convince him. Once he has his mind set on something, he just goes for it. And then Davi looks at Stickbird, and he just goes, oh, yes you are. Yes you are, you know.
I was gonna look at the guard captain. Could we...
Davi,
Sorry, say again?
I looked at the guard captain. Could we hire you to do this full time?
I have far too many responsibilities at the moment. You ever tried to be a mayor and captain at the same time?
would you do it for 100 gold?
No.
No.
How's the mare doing, by the way? Last we saw her, she looked a little off.
Not great. She has hit quite an episode this year, and as such, basically running the town while trying to keep it safe. And I can't stress that as much as I love this town, bureaucracy is not one of my best skill sets. I'm adequate, but I don't...
What else has her bothered?
I don't know. She won't answer the door. I know she's there, but she is not exactly in a talkative mood.
Do you think she'll open it up for me if I tell her more about this cult thing she sent us to go potentially look at? Ethan froze.
I wouldn't bring it up.
Oh,
That
It
was
looked like he was gonna
Are you
sneeze
back?
in the last freeze. Oh, yeah.
You froze.
You all froze for me, so
what did you say?
you all froze for me for a second. So I was waiting to make sure I didn't do it again.
I mean, before that, what did you say before that? Because I heard you say you froze.
Oh, he just says I wouldn't say anything else that would upset her right now.
It wouldn't necessarily be upsetting. I mean, we fixed a couple things. Well, Faust was a bit of a nightmare, but...
Clem, you know how she gets this time of year. She barely thinks about anything else.
Yes, well, I'm concerned about her health if she's not letting anyone inside. Is she eating?
I would assume. I've never known her to
Never
not
assume.
eat, even during her... I'm not going to kick in the mayor's door.
I'm
just to
gonna
make sure
go-
she's eating.
I'm done, like, trying to negotiate with him. I'm gonna go to the tavern and order some food. And take it over to the mayor's. Give me the ice!
Is he still grabbing my beak?
I can't hear you.
Is he still grabbing the beak?
Yes.
Okay. Davi, Stickford's gonna look at the guard captain. You can let go now. I will handle it from here.
Does the guard captain trust Stickford?
He's just gonna look. No, you know what? He's gonna look over to you and Edma. Keep
Fred knows him best.
an eye on him. Please do not let him run off.
You have been released.
Oh, well, you see what the guard captain... Ow! Stickford, why?
Now, is that mental or mental?
And Stickford's gonna go, bad dog. You must be respectful of the guard captain's tongue. But I want to know... Come on! Stickford! Davi, no. Tell everyone about the guard...
I would just turn to the guard captain. I would just leave before this continues. You don't need to be a witness to this.
Don't have to tell me twice. He's just gonna turn and just pat his horse, and they're gonna walk off.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Out of here on your... Oh! Stop!
You know, I'm curious, Davi. Are you and Stickbird able to say something at the same time?
And Davi's gonna say, I don't know. I don't know either.
Right.
Well, now that that guard captain is gone, I'm going to go try and find Clarence. Oh! Oh!
Edmund's just gonna put a hat on.
I kind of like this version
You're
of Stickbird.
staying with us for the rest of our stay here.
Go find Clarence to give me your money!
Look, Davi, I think it's time to rip off the band-aid, so to speak. I don't think a random leather worker is going to be able to procure a belt of storm giant strength, no matter how much you pay him.
But why not?
Because it's... Look,
It's unrealistic.
how much luck have you had trying to find the belt?
Davi has been trying really hard.
And
Like,
why...
the hardest that he's
You've
ever...
been looking for gold to try and buy this guy to
how...
do it.
What makes you think that he would be any better at finding it?
Well, Davi figures the more people that are looking for belts, the more likely to show up, you know.
Belts are one thing, but this is a magic item of insane power and rarity. You would probably need to look in obscure texts and remote locations
It doesn't matter how much Davi needs to look and ask and get to find. The important thing is that Davi wants to find.
Oh, I'm not saying you should give up. I'm saying that going through a middleman with a mundane job is probably not going to be helpful.
You take that back, Cedric. Clemens doesn't have a mundane job. He brings joy to all the people who need to have their pants held up.
Mundane in that...
He makes pants.
What's so mundane about making pants? You wear pants!
Mundane as in not magical. The pants... They may be people may consider them magical to how they grace their day, but they do not... But they do not...
Zeshi and Clem. But you pants!
Clem walked away.
No!
Okay.
What I'm saying is what he works with does not have any arcane properties. Therefore, he would not have the expertise to locate or create what you are looking for.
Well, Zeshi can use the magic. Why don't we just ask her to enchant a belt?
Because it's not that simple, Dobby.
Well, if only it was.
If only.
Speaking of Zeshi.
Yeah, does anyone intend to pull her off the cart?
Alright, Sleeping Beauty. I'll just sort of slap her on the cheek a couple times.
Tyler is very in
Tyler's falling asleep.
Edmo will walk over and pick Zeshi up and throw her over my shoulder.
Fair enough.
No, back to what we were saying. Davi, have you tried just gathering information about this supposed belt of storm giants?
Oh yeah, Davi asks everywhere that he go to try and find the belt.
And
maybe Mr. S knows where the belt is. No, I did ask him that, so he didn't. Maybe he knows somebody who knows. He's pretty connected.
Well, who do you think would have a storm giant, or would know information of a storm giant belt?
Well, Mr. S did mention that he had a very dangerous friend who blew up a boat. That guy sounds like he might know.
Look, we're heading to a town called Lavinia. They have a lot of old historical stuff. You might be able to get some information on an old storm giant's belt so why don't we wait till we're there to look for it?
The big city, there was probably going to be... Oh. Davi, in the big city, there's likely to be many more leads about the obscure and the hard to find. Maybe in
What do you mean big city, Cedric?
Well, we're going that way. We're going to stop in a... Oh, you don't... Cities get much bigger than the ones we've been in.
Oh, okay. So it's going to actually be a city this time and not just a bunch of buildings clustered together?
It's called a town.
This is a town.
Well, this is kind of like town because there's a belt seller here, but there's no belt seller in the last one, so that's just a cluster of buildings. And there was no belt seller in the one with the casino, so that's just a bunch of buildings clustered together too, Cedric!
Are your requirements for a town to be that they sell belts?
Well, obviously, that's the definition of a town.
No.
I think this is another horse dog situation, actually, Davia.
Don't talk about my horse dogs. My dog horses. Horsey dogs. God.
I feel like I should be taking psychic damage right now.
You know, Davia, I mean, if you weren't traveling with us, I wonder if there's a school where you could just stop by and take a class.
What do you mean take a class? Class on what?
Anything.
Well, you know what? We'll see what there is when we get to the big city.
That'll be the day. Actually going to the big city.
We'll see you in 9 months when you're coming for summer break, okay?
Edma's joking. Although I would be amused to see just how you handle a single day in a normal school, considering your education.
The kids are on the bird.
David does not need to go to school. David can lift boulders.
The school teaches you other things besides how to lift boulders and wrestle.
Well, what else would you need, Cedric?
To know the difference between a dog and a horse.
That doesn't help me lift boulders.
Well, it helps you with other things. Like
How does lifting boulders help you find a storm giant belt?
It could
I'm still going to the tavern, by the
it
way.
could be under the boulder.
But one, you've been busy, and two, this
I
is...
can't roll anything at the moment, but I can talk.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I am fairly amused by this.
Yeah, come on, the belt could be under the boulder. So maybe if Davy lifts enough boulders, he'll eventually find a belt.
Now, hear me out. What if you gathered information to find out which boulder would be the
Wait
right
a
boulder
minute,
to
Atma.
check for?
Are you saying that the belt is inside of a horse? The guard captain's horse has a belt in it?
No,
we need to
that's
do-
not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
Sorry,
gather
slowly losing his
information
fucking
on
mind.
where it's going to be
Slowly
before checking
turn
places.
and start running towards the guard.
I
captain's
grab
horse.
him. I grab
Pulling
him.
Dobby as soon as I see him start to try and run away. Going, I am trying to tackle him.
In your horse! You're hiding!
Dobby's having a fucking meltdown.
I can't even hear half the things RJ is saying. His mic is...
Peeking, yeah.
Yeah, Dobby screamed, I know what you have
Stop
inside.
clipping.
He screamed, I know what you have in your horse. I know what you're hiding from me.
Dobby, that is not the case.
So...
Oh god.
RJ, you're gonna roll one acrobatics or athletics check at disadvantage.
Okay.
And one of these two is gonna roll
We're both pretty strong.
athletics at advantage.
Which one?
Gotcha.
Athletics? I got.
Athletics at advantage.
I have +6. What do you have?
+5, you can do it.
Alright.
And what'd you get, RJ?
I got a 17 and a 14. So was it athletics or acrobatics?
Your choice.
I'll go acrobatics, so that's mod 20.
Well, I rolled a 14 on both, so that's also a mod 20.
What's your dexterity modifier?
Well, I used athletics. I have a +4 to strength.
I have a +4 to dexterity. Do I have to choose strength as well, or?
No, so grapples are the grappler's athletics. The grapplee chooses
Hold on,
athletics or
hold on.
acrobatics.
Wins on a tie.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rule you two do because there's two of you.
that's fair.
We're not looking this up. You two both made...
Oh yeah.
There's
no.
too much cloak.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I think on a tie, grappler wins because they're the one making the check.
There's too much cloak, and as Davi just runs, it gets in the wind, and both of you just grab an end and just start reeling him back.
No! I know the belt is in
His mouth shut. Davi, you need to stop making wild assumptions and running off and acting on them.
He's just good. You just hear him just like through your hands, just.
Stickbert, you know what to do.
Done.
This
They're making it
really
hard
solves
with his
everything.
mouth shut. Davi, if you run off and try and attack the guard captain's horse, I'm going to tie you up. Okay?
Can't talk. He got his hands on his mouth.
Try and nod. I'll be able to understand.
He's just gonna sit there and look at you and just kind of give you like a.
Stickbird, make sure he doesn't run off. And Edmure will, with a terrified look on her face, release his beak.
Well, you see, Edma, not that Davi would not care if you tie him up, but Davi met somebody once who was like into that, like really into that. And I don't know why you'd want to be tied up, but they seem like really excited about it.
That's not a conversation I'm ready to have.
You don't have
having
to.
this conversation with a 13-year-old.
What were you saying, Ethan?
I said, and you don't have to. Hey, Clem, why don't we catch up with you? So you're going to the Endless Chalice, yeah?
Yes.
All right. You walk in. It seems fairly normal. There's a number patrons you've seen before. At the bar is Kiln, kind of like bouncing in place almost as she's talking. Mox, who's just resting his head on his fist, and he looks like he needs to not be here. And you walk up and she's just going, so, okay, listen, so you just make
Give me
a
2
new
seconds.
one. Same thing.
Give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
Sorry, continue.
You walk up on her saying, okay, so now that you've got the stuff again, you're going to do the same recipe as last time, except this time make it a triple. And he's just going to go, no, Kiln, you put the guy in the hospital. I'm not providing you with more. No, look, it's fine. The guy's a creep. He deserved it. He's just... Oh, hi, Clem.
What's going on?
She's trying to get me to make more of that pepper powder you gave her. Or gave her the recipe for. She liked how effective it was. Yeah, I could throw that at any creep. Are you kidding me? This stuff is great!
Alright, you don't want to go overboard. You have to have at least a warning system in place. You can't just throw it at anyone who decides to be a little creepy.
Oh, I have a warning system. My foot.
Your foot's better than immediately going to the pepper spray.
Oh, no, the pepper spray is just for, like, the kind of creeps I was dealing with. You know, the ones that get a little... Is for, like, generally weird guys.
And you're not going to use the whole thing on one person, correct?
Depends on how much Mox can... No, you are not... No. Oh, my God.
If you can't spray it responsibly, then, Mox, I would suggest you potentially stop supplying him with it.
I haven't supplied her with any since the last time, because I didn't have the ingredients, and I don't know how she knows I have the ingredients.
One more second.
Sure.
Cookies in the oven!
As opposed to in the microwave.
Alright. I'm good.
Look, Mox, just get on it, okay? You're buddies, we're buddies. You help a friend out. Okay, hey Clem, how was that business trip you went on? You came back. You took longer than I thought you would. I thought Forest wasn't that far.
We went a little further than Faros.
I'm not kidding.
Farther than Faros? Anyway, yes, we went to Misrian, and there was that schwanky new casino there that everyone seemed to be stuck in a time dilation for 2 weeks. And we had to fight boiler creatures.
Casino?
What?
They have a time-dilated casino? I want to go.
Well, I mean, it's not time dilated anymore, and no one could get out. So they felt like it was only 6 hours inside, when really it was 2 weeks outside. And no one could leave.
Oh, that sounds less fun than I thought.
Yeah, no, it wasn't pleasant at all. I mean, the owner of the casino's a pleasant person. I do suggest you go regardless if you have the time or the chance. It's a pleasant place.
I would need probably more than my 2 days off for that.
Yes.
Mox is just going to look over. How's that assistant of yours doing?
Oh, she's alright. She had a bit of an incident.
Like a medical...
Yes. It got a little worse while I was around, so had to up her dosage. And now she's without me for a little longer, which is trying not to think about it.
Actually, that's a good that's a good point. What are you doing back here?
Well, I've turned my hand to adventuring for a little while to try and figure out all of this magic problem stuff. The people affecting this town ended up being a bunch of cultists, and we found their stuff in other towns and have been going around and fixing it. Pharos, they nearly killed the god captain, nearly blew up the whole god station, actually. And then there was the whole thing with the casino, which also was being exacerbated by them.
That is a lot. I'm sorry to hear about you. And Killen just cuts in, kind of bouncing in place again. Oh my god, you're going to be an adventurer? Oh, that is so much fun. You have to tell me all your stories anytime you're back here. I hope you're a lot better at it than I am.
As long as I don't die, sure.
Okay, well, I don't know about dying, but don't try to kick a Mastercore.
Don't what?
Try to kick a Mastercore, you know, because... And she, instead of saying much more, she just kind of swings her wooden foot up onto the table, which doesn't even have a shoe on it at this point. You know.
Right.
Yeah, no, they got big mouths. Don't try to kick them.
I won't do that, but I mean, I fought some crystal animals. Ended up being on top of a crystal... What was it? A bear or a boar that I got teleported onto? I think it was the boar.
Boar.
Yeah, a boar. A giant, angry crystal boar, and it teleported me on top of it, and I... Oh boy.
That is so cool! Did you kill it? You must have killed it, right?
Yes, we killed it.
Do you have a trophy? Do you do trophies?
I don't normally know, but I think my bud friend Davi does.
Oh yeah, where is your party? You can't be an adventurer by yourself. I guess you could, that'd be...
You might not want to go out there if you remember anything about how chaotic he is. It's probably off on some other tirade, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, I'm working, so I can't go out there, but where's your party?
Outside.
Do I want to know?
Again,
I
they're
do know.
probably doing some kind of chicanery containment. Could I bother you to make me a dish to bring to the mayor? I'm concerned about her not leaving her home or talking to anyone. I don't know if she's eaten.
Sure, but isn't this just kind of what happens every year?
Well, considering the whole magic thing is a little more, and I wanted to try and deliver some, at least, better news. Potentially with food as my in.
Sure, I could get something made. What do you need? Or do you even care?
Whatever she likes, I don't need anything.
I'll talk to the chef, see if he knows what she likes. Mox, don't leave. You and I still have business to discuss. It's not business. Please don't call it business.
If she goes in the back, I'll lean over to Mox, be like, run.
Yeah, you have no idea. Oh, is that pale guy still in your group?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, you only just got back, right?
Yes.
Well, he was wandering around town yesterday.
Well, if you see that twin of his wandering about without any of us, don't talk to him.
Wasn't planning on it. Good to know I made the right call.
Thank you.
You wouldn't have happened to have gotten a sample of that crystal, would you?
No, we didn't want it to spread, but I do still have one of the rabbits at my orchard. Why did you want to inspect it?
I mean, that does sound interesting.
I wouldn't. Last man who did it became an evil giant crystal tree. Well, fused with it anyway. Yeah, I would just leave it be.
What? I'm sorry. He fused.
Well, I mean, he was the head researcher of whatever they were doing. It was right next to my orchard. We went in to go and investigate it, and I got angrier and angrier and just wanted to kill the motherfucker. So we did. We found him. We fought him. He was very, very violent.
Did you fight him or the tree? That's a dumb question.
Both. They fused, Mox. They became one. Well, I think the tree was more controlling him than anything else.
I have not slept enough to have this conversation.
He's dead now. His student is now working to reverse it all, but
Uh-huh.
if you do want to study that crystal, Davi might have something for you.
Ikenku?
Yes.
Also has.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. No need to spread it.
What did you say, Alice?
Edma also has a tusk. That is not the only
Right.
one I
Edma
have.
has a tusk from the boar if you wanted to try and get a shaving from it and really inspect it, but I would not suggest going too far into it.
But that was your tall friend, right? The Leonin?
The Leonin, yes.
Okay, she's a lot easier to talk to. Okay, maybe then. And as the door just kicks open, okay, so I got the thing, and you glance over, like, at the noise, and when you glance back, dust cloud, and you can hear the front door opening. And she comes back. I told him not to leave! Fox, you jerk! I'm slugging him for that later. Oh, anyway, and she's gonna set a box on the table. Here's the food you asked for. I wouldn't worry too much. I'm sure Mayor Linden's doing fine, just,
Well, I like to check on her.
You kind of like to check on everyone. You're like...
Kind of my thing.
You're like the traveling mom, except you're like our age. Actually, do satyrs age different? Are you and I different ages? Are you like... Is this
Do
like
satyrs
an elf?
age differently?
I think
I don't know
slightly.
I have her.
I don't think...
I have her at 25.
I think satyrs might mature a bit faster.
Why are you making noise?
It's been a while since I've actually looked into that. That's a
Alright, hold
good
on.
question.
I can't type, and it's probably because a cat stepped on my fucking keyboard in some way and, like, turned on sticky keys or some shit. It's clicking, and I type at, like, the speed of 0.
Speed of 0.
Dude, speed of 0? That's like my favorite speed.
You will never reach the truth. Be recognized.
Correga requiemta.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, that
you
was painful.
I looked it up. You mature at the same rate as humans.
Really?
It
Up
says...
here it says, like, oh, yeah, mature at the same rate, but we live longer.
Does it say that?
First thing I see when I typed in how long do satyrs live is maximum age 300 plus 2D 100 years, 2D 100 years. Middle age is 140. It's a 5e thing, I don't know, whatever.
Well, that part's not terribly important. If you've got her at 25, you mature at the same... 5.
Just about, yeah. Just a mom friend.
Anyway, as she was saying, this isn't like an elf thing where you look like my age, but you'll see 120, right?
No, I'm just 25.
Oh, you are older than me.
By
No.
what? 2 years?
1. 1 and change, depending on when your birthday is.
Try to make me feel old. Alright, well, how much do I owe you for this?
What? I forgot to ask.
The food.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is, so I don't know what to charge you. You want to just take it?
I'll leave you 2 silver?
Call it 1. It's near the end of my shift.
Alrighty then.
Look, if it turns out it's supposed to mean more, I'll tell them it was... Probably. Or they'll cut my pay again.
They're crackling. They've got 2 minutes left. Alright, I'll just take it and wave goodbye and head over to the mayor's house.
Okay. Out of curiosity, is Davi still just going on and on?
Yeah, so you see what the guy who liked the rope, people like being tied up because, I don't know,
Davi, I suggest you don't think too hard about that.
Why? Why would I think too hard about tying somebody up?
No, just that specific instance, that person did that whole interaction. That particular...
So when I tie somebody up, they actually like what's happening?
Just don't think too hard about it, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You're desperately trying to think of a way to end this conversation. You see Clem walking by.
Oh, thank God.
Clem,
Thank
how
the
are you
gods.
doing?
What?
You're here now, apparently.
You're here now.
Oh, hi,
She's
Clem.
passing by a little down the road.
I'm gonna go talk to Clem. I'm just gonna start following, I need to get away from him. He's trying to be
I
crazy.
have a request for you. Do you remember my friend Mox?
Yes.
Yeah, I told him about a little bit of our escapades, and he seems interested in taking a look in a sampling of the crystal boar's tusk that you kept.
Absolutely, and she'll just immediately start walking to the tavern.
Have fun! I'm just gonna keep going to the mayor's.
Clem, but before you do notice Edma's walking toward tavern and you know Mox left. Up to you whether you mention it.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to fix my keyboard. What?
Edma's walking towards the tavern, which you know Mox left. Up to you whether you want to mention that.
I'll just be like, Edma! He went
Yes?
back home!
Where's that?
I'll give her general directions. I mean, you were there once before.
Onward we go.
Onward, she goes with Zeshi draped over her shoulder still.
Yeah.
Alright, what about you, Cedric and Davi? Are you gonna continue your conversation? Or Cedric, would you, possibly like to stick with one of the other two?
I'm just going to watch Davi just to be safe.
And
Well,
Davi, where are you going, if anywhere?
I could go to the general store.
I guess I'm babysitting.
Convenient. You've been standing outside it the whole time, so you can just head on in.
Alright, I'm gonna go in.
Alright, Esther looks up from moving a few boxes on the shelves, and he's like, hi again. Do you two need something?
Yeah, Davi wants to know what you sell here.
And no, they don't.
A little
no,
bit of
before
everything.
I asked
Why?
Davi, no, they don't sell generals.
What?
Wait a minute, they don't sell generals at the general store.
What? I had a feeling he would ask, so I was beating it to the punch.
We sell a little bit of a lot of things. Why? What do you need?
You're telling me that at the general store you cannot buy a general for your army or to instruct you better in battle?
It's a general store because they sell general. They sell things in general. It is a different use of the word.
Oh, I understand. They sell things that a general would want to buy.
I'm sorry, I miscalculated. Stickbird, explain it.
He's technically correct on that one. Generals are people too.
Generals probably also need things like rope.
Wait a minute, Cedric. Then how
belts.
come whenever we go to the blacksmith, he's not black?
Oh, alright, that's not something you can just ask someone.
Did I just hear that?
Would you like it if I asked you why you're a bird?
What?
Or why you're a giant?
Wait, he is giant. But
Do you two need something, please?
Is the blacksmith smithing black or is the blacksmith black?
He's gonna look at you, Cedric. What did you say his name was?
Davi.
Davi. Do you want to buy something? I'm getting ready to close.
Oh, what type of things do you have that you're selling?
Many things. Rope, hide, small pouches, bags, a couple of vials.
Do you have any... Oh, do you have anything to make soap with?
We have soap. We don't typically carry soap ingredients.
Is your soap all neutral?
Neutral.
As opposed to what?
Trust me, if it's not, I will know.
I haven't exactly asked my supplier. I didn't think he was sticking gears and swords in.
I'm gonna walk over to wherever this soap is, and I'm gonna just like take my my talon hand. I'm gonna rub a little bit of it on it. And I'm gonna slightly dab it on my feathers to see what happens.
Your feathers look a little shinier.
I'm checking to see if they just. All right, this soap will be acceptable. Davi will take 2.
Okay, that's 2 copper.
Okay, here you go.
Okay. Is that all you gentlemen need?
I suppose so. I'm just making sure he doesn't do anything too crazy.
Do you sell demons here?
They do not. I can answer that for you.
What?
Don't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Demons.
He doesn't know how long.
The ungodly creatures of the abyss you think can be bought and
You would need. Actually, no. I'm not going to bring that up because he would just have more questions about what the term.
I want to.
We don't sell demons.
Oh, well, Davi wanted to wrestle one.
Well,
of course you did.
If we keep on going after cults, Davi, maybe they'll have demons that you can wrestle.
Ooh, Davi could wrestle them. That does sound like fun.
See, Davi, there are better solutions for these things than the ones you are coming up with.
Well, I don't see you coming up with any solutions.
I just did!
Cedric.
I just did! For wrestling demons, keep going after cults. It's a pretty clear...
So you're saying if I wrestle the cult, I will get to wrestle the demons?
Well, if you keep antagonizing cults, there are demonic cults which they summon demons. It's a whole thing. I don't know where they keep getting them. It's just that it's a natural fact of life that where there are cults, a lot of the time there are also demons.
I mean, obviously, it's very clear how they get demons, Cedric, from the general store. God, and he's gonna walk out.
I'm just going to flip him, the shopkeeper, a gold and say, as a token of my apologies.
You're good.
They look like small potatoes.
They look nice, honestly.
Sorry. Did he accept my gold? Or did he?
Yeah, no, he just said thank you.
Okay.
You're
I
fine.
need that one.
Yeah, I suppose that since I don't have anything to do, Davi's just gonna sit outside the general store and he's going to take those beads and twine that he had and he's gonna start making bracelets with them.
All right. Cedric, are you just gonna stay with him for now? Okay. Edma, you're able to follow Clem's directions pretty well to the little house you vaguely remember stopping at before you left town. The door just very slowly creaks open a little. Mox just kind of peeks an eye through. Then sighs with relief, opens the door. God, thank God, I thought you were Kiln. Yeah. Hi. Do you need something?
I was told you were interested in examining this. I'm just gonna pull the tusk off my back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, if you're cool with that, I could just, like, try to shave a little sample off and hand it back to you.
As long as it doesn't damage it too badly, I don't particularly mind. I just want to use it for potentially a weapon.
Oh, yeah, no, if I take a small piece off lengthwise, it shouldn't affect any sort of durability.
Sounds good.
And I'm just curious, Clem kind of told me all about a giant core and a tree.
Yes, I would be careful. Make sure not to ingest any of the dust. Or else
This
you
can
might
spread
end
to
up...
people.
Yeah, we believe so. Just be careful. You don't want to become crystalline like the tusk.
Okay, I didn't know ingesting it was the problem. She mentioned spreading. I don't have confidence enough in my setup to prevent any dusting, so I'm gonna hand this back to you for both my safety and everyone's safety, it sounds like. Why don't you, the seasoned adventurer, hold on to that?
Put it back on. Surprised she didn't explain to you how it spreads. She's usually pretty thorough.
Well, okay, well, to be fair, one, she was trying to save me from Kiln, and two, she...
Oh, I'm not knocking her. I understand that things sometimes happen. I was just surprised.
Well, I also ran out of the conversation, not because of her, because of another friend of ours who is being very pushy about trying to get my assistance, and I really don't want to.
It does be like that.
It really does.
Well, if you need any assistance, you can always ask for some. I guess I might be on my way.
Yeah, if I think of anything, I'll let you guys know.
Hey, do you know if the blacksmith would still be at his shop, or do you think he would have gone home by now?
Oh, Glass, he's gonna be there till probably a few hours before dawn. Yeah, he should still be there.
Well, I might have a quick chat with him. Thanks for the information, and again, feel free to ask for any help.
Yeah, no, I'll keep you guys in mind. Oh, God.
I will be
Yeah,
on
he's just
my way.
gonna look back into the room, which, since his door's open, you can kind of peek that, it's become a complete mess again. He's just gonna look up at you. Keep that between us.
Understood. I won't judge one for having their own lifestyles. We all live differently.
Thank you. If Clem found out again, I'd get an earful.
Well, that could be good reason to improve yourself, but not my place to judge. And we'll start walking.
He's just gonna sit there a little bit stunned, like he's trying to process how to take. Very tired. On your way to the blacksmith, you pass by Davi just, sitting outside the general store, just dropping beads onto some twine, and Cedric just there, keeping an eye.
I want to try and sneak by.
I mean, stealth with disadvantage. That'll do.
That one didn't. So one was a 14, the other one's a 1.
Alright, so as you two are sitting there, Davi, you're kind of drunk. You're just going about your day. Exactly. You just kind of hear very slow, like little metal shifting together, clunk. A little bit of metal shifting together, clunk.
Cedric, it's a familiar sound to you, similar to when you first met Edmund.
Davi is sitting there and just working on these bracelets. He doesn't even look up and he goes, "Look, sounds like Edmund's trying to sneak around again."
Silently keeps moving forward. Well, I guess not silently, but loudly but quietly moves forward.
They're very good cookies. I did a good job.
Glad to hear it. Alright, while Edma is doing her thing, let's say, Clem, you make your way over to the mayor's, which does not have the outside lantern lit, but there does appear to be someone home. You can see light inside the windows. You are still muted.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep it from hearing you and then talking on my end because it's been doing that.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm gonna knock on the door lightly. Like just a normal.
I have to use the laboratory.
You don't get a response.
A heavier.
There's a few moments of silence, but you do hear some shuffling. And the door kind of creaks open towards you a little bit. Jag, for the last time, you are fine.
I brought food.
The mayor is in very casual clothing. She doesn't look much of a mess, but she looks like she's going through shit.
Would you like some good news?
Sure.
Want it at the door? Or would you rather eat and listen at the same time? And she'll just kind of like present the box.
I assume you're just going to start knocking again if I close this.
Likely, yes. Or I'll leave this food that I brought for you on the doorstep and it'll get miserable and cold. And you do look like you could do with a fresh cooked meal. You always push yourself too hard during these days.
Phoebe, could you roll me persuasion?
Sure. Oh, I'm gonna get back to Clem. Okay. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
I'll sigh and open the door more. Alright, come on in.
I'll hand her the box and just follow her to wherever she decides she wants to be at the moment.
She walks over to the fireplace where she's got a medium table set up with a few chairs, and
You cut off after chairs. We went silent after chairs.
Okay, a couple simple chairs. She'll set the box down on it. The fire's already going. There's also an open bottle of mead on the table.
That rough this year. No judgment. Just noticing.
Well, yes, it's not exactly an easy thing. But what is this good news?
So, we tracked them up north, went back to my hometown, decided I'd make this adventuring thing permanent. Found a crystal forest, dealt with that. Nearly had the guard post bombed, but luckily no one died. Followed it up to Misrian and found the casino that's new there. Apparently they were stuck in a time dilation, which we freed them from. They couldn't leave the casino either. And you got your general store owner back.
Oh, right.
And we're about to head down to La Fair to deal with the issues we heard were plaguing everyone down there.
Oh, yes, I've...
Also, potentially Lavinia.
Well, you're going to pass right through Lavinia unless you intend to go around it.
Might as well try and deal with whatever issues going on in there, considering it was marked on that map.
Yes, I guess you did mention a map at some point.
Is there anything you need? While we're here.
She gives you kind of an empty stare, as if attempting to process that question clearly, and glances up at the painting hanging above her fireplace, which you've not seen before. You haven't actually been inside her house before. You've been to her house, but never in... And she stares at this painting, which appears to be of, you would guess, her party, given that it's 5 and is her. And she just stares back at you. Nothing you can give.
If that's what you think.
Well,
Well, enough then.
I'll
leave you to your meal.
Fair enough.
If you change your mind, you know you can always come to me. I'll do my best.
Well, unless you found out how to resurrect the dead instead of just turning them into useful fertilizer.
Well, I know how to, but I personally can't do it.
Exactly. It's probably been too long anyway.
Well, no. As far as I know, actually, the time limits for resurrection spells are quite fast. I'll stop. I'll just go. And Clem will see herself out.
Kindly don't start giving me false hope. It's the last thing I need. Oh, have you seen Jag? How's he doing?
Your god captain? He's fine. He seems stressed.
That sounds about right.
I wonder why that is.
Worried about you.
Yeah, yes, I know. He's been at my door a number. Haven't really had the energy to face him.
You're someone worth worrying about.
So people keep telling me. I'm not sure how much I believe it at this point, but...
Is there anything you want to get off your chest while I'm here? I may not be able to fix everything, but I can be an ear.
It just hurts. A whole lot.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
It just hurts. A whole lot. And I think it's going to get easier year by year, and it.
Part of you is still holding on to something. You're stuck in some bargaining stage, perhaps?
Perhaps another part of me just doesn't believe I.
You cut off after believe.
Part of me doesn't believe I should have been the one to walk away from that. Maybe another part of me wishes I had died with them.
Survivor's guilt, okay. Oh, dude, that's what we're dealing with here.
Comes in the ocean, starts playing.
Fate has a funny way of keeping those alive. No matter how unreasonable or unfair it seems. And no matter how little the reason. I'm not saying there has to be a higher reason you're still alive, but you may have helped others continue on with theirs just by being here. And I hope you take that into account every day you're alive, because it's important. You are important.
I don't know about that part, but I'm certainly trying to keep the spirit we had alive. It's just this time of it eats me, you know?
Do you have any sort of memorial you can go for them? Go to for them?
It's not close by. It would take quite a while to get there, and despite this is going to sound incredibly dumb given how long I've secluded my days.
Cut off after secluded.
After I've secluded myself for so long, but I don't feel comfortable leaving the town for that long.
Have you ever considered making a memorial for them here? Something you can pay respects to that's a bit closer? It doesn't have to be a big gaudy one. It could be something you put in your garden.
And she just points to the painting. That's why I held on to that.
There's always more you can do.
What would you suggest? You're a little more familiar with the subject.
I mean, has she been to Clem's Orchard before?
No, she has not.
Well, in my home, every person that I receive into my processes gets their name etched on a memorial stone, and they become part of my memorial garden in the back. And any of the deceased's family can visit at any point, pay respects they want, however they please. Let alone the fact that their family is now part of the plants, so, you know, little bits of them are scattered everywhere. It's like parts of them live on, just in a new form. Sometimes it helps your mind cement that sort of closure, that they are well and gone. And whether you can do something about it or not, it's best you find a way to respect their lives, but move on with yours. It's not bad for their memory to be able to live your life every day to the fullest. If not for you, then for them.
She'll just look over at the painting again. Maybe you're right.
Think on it. Have a good night. Get that meal in you. I'm concerned you're not eating. And I'll leave you to it. And Clem will go.
Yeah.
Whoever, probably Edma, since she knows she's at Mox's.
Okay.
We're at the 3-hour mark.
Yes.
It's not 10 yet.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've been ending at 10, not 3 hours.
Oh. Okay.
Do you need to end earlier? Or?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. Alright.
Tyler, are you still alive?
Tyler's fucking dead.
No,
Tyler!
I've forgotten that I just walked up to this man and showed him my tusk and everything, all with Zeshi just over my shoulder, casually.
I mean, seeing it.
And none of them said anything about it.
James is eating his food.
I'm gonna chalk that up to Mox being really tired and Edma just being exhausted from dealing with Devi.
I mean, seeing that Tyler's just totally checked out.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I was trying to
understand, man. Tiredness sometimes.
You're method acting.
The tiredness can just creep the fuck up on you when you least expect it.
Especially if you're lying down.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. That's something I've learned. If you're tired but you still want to do something, don't get comfy. You'll just fall asleep.
I've been trying to keep my foot up like all day though, so that's probably why.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, right, the ankle. That's fair. Also, Alice, you're 100% correct. Mox just got done dealing with Kiln. You just got done dealing with Davi. Zeshi was kind of just there for that conversation.
Yeah, I'm alright with wrapping up soon too, because my brain's starting to go.
James.
I was mostly just checking in with
Legal boy.
how people were feeling. Like,
Y'all want to see the dog I'm pet sitting?
yes.
Come here. James,
Always.
come here. Come here. I don't know if you'll see him. Shit, hold on.
That is a table corner.
Yeah,
Man, that dog
he's...
looks so square and
Hold on!
blue and black.
He got closer than I expected him to.
See face.
Oh!
James, good boy.
What a good boy.
What a good boy.
Right there.
He's a good doggo. You're a good boy. Except for the fact that he's creepy as fuck because he likes to just stare at me. So when I ask him what he wants, he just keeps staring at me. He doesn't react any differently. He's doing it right now. What do you want?
He's trying to learn telepathy.
What do you want? Do you want pets?
You're supposed to just know, Phoebe. Come on.
No, I don't. He doesn't even react when I offer up solutions. He just stares at me.
Because you're supposed to just know what he wants.
Oh my god.
You're supposed to be a minder. Come on.
No.
Yeah. I think the reason I bring it up is usually around I have my attention span usually around this point starts to wander, so I'm just sort of checking in on how people are feeling about keeping going.
Well, I finally found an efficient way of taking notes, so I think I'm set.
I mean, are people good to keep going, or do we want to cut off our...
I feel like this is a good point to cut off if everyone's tired and unfocused.
I'm really tired. I'm still fine, but
I'm okay, but I technically do have some sculpting to do.
I just realized that Phoebe's not cooking anymore.
I stopped cooking a little while ago.
Yeah, I didn't know
Nice.
that.
A little earlier than I expected, but yeah, if Quinn's having trouble checking out and Art feeling tired and Tyler is very clearly feeling it, then we can end off early this week.
I mean, we technically played the same amount of time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You okay?
It's and it's nothing like against
It's a
like,
muscle
the campaign
seize.
or anything. It's literally just my brain can only stay focused on one thing for so much time.
Square brain hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, admittedly, it's probably because, and this isn't a bad thing, but you guys do tend to split up about in towns,
Yeah.
so I kind of need to bounce between you, which gives people time to just kind of wander away.
Yeah.
Again, not a bad thing. Everyone does, nobody wanders off for no reason. Everyone has good reasons.
Sure.
But that's probably at least contributing to it this week. If that's the case, should we just not be doing 5 to 10? Because I said earlier, just because I kind of was always hoping that we could increase our session time, but that's just not going to work.
I like 5 hours.
I thought we were shifting, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's kind of what
I'm
I
kind of
was-
confused.
I didn't think we were shifting. I thought we were adding more time as well.
Okay.
That's why I came on late tonight, because I thought since it was a Discord session, we'd do the normal 6 to 10, and I was like, shit, fuck, let me get my stuff.
So there was a bit of communication.
Miscommunication.
Yeah.
Sorry, when I said start earlier, I meant increase our session time.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know if I can last a full 5 hours and like have the same level of focus.
I mean, I know I can, but not every time without like multitasking stuff to do, and I know I don't for here every time.
Yeah. Like, I do think it is partially an ADHD thing. I don't know if Tyler feels the same way.
Tyler's falling asleep again.
Well, Tyler's falling
I
asleep.
mean,
You
I have
Tyler!
ADHD too, so I don't know if it's quite that, but
You okay,
I will say
Brittany?
it's easier for me to focus when it's in person.
yeah, in person is definitely a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I don't like having.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you're fine.
No
We're
one's
I
not.
had cookies to make and pets to keep an eye on.
We're not saying online is
Okay, though.
intolerable.
Yeah.
D&D is D&D. I'll enjoy it anyway. Well,
Yeah.
bad D&D is not good, but it's good D&D, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, look, you had to pet sit. At least we still got to play.
That's the important thing.
Okay, so I guess my question is, moving forward, do we want to keep the 5 o'clock start time or just do 6:30 to 10 or 6 to 10?
So for in person, I think showing up earlier makes sense because then we can get set up earlier.
I still don't particularly enjoy getting to bed around 11. It was one of the things that I hated the most about theater, is because it just takes a fucking hour.
Yeah.
By the time I've left and by the time I'm like at home and settled, it's been an hour.
Yeah. So I think.
And I felt like going to bed at 11 p.m. or 11:30
Yeah.
on a Sunday night.
Yeah. But to finish my point, I think showing up at an earlier time makes sense because then, even if we're takes us a while to get set up, we're still finishing in a reasonable hour and having a good, sizable session time.
Right, okay, so with that regards, Phoebe, do you want to end earlier, like 9:30, 9?
9 or 9:30 would work for me, just as long as I'm not home and done by 11:30.
Okay, I wish you'd said something. Okay, we can end earlier. I'll try to figure out a time frame, and I'll pitch it
Okay.
in the chat, and we can weigh in and see how everyone feels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry we were ending earlier than you were expecting. I wasn't aware that.
No, you're fine. Like you said, there's just clearly been a miscommunication. It happens. Ending an hour early doesn't affect too much. We just do less than I thought we were going to, and whatever, we can pick up next time. All right. I'll see